It's the Wareham Gatemen's first visit to McKeon Park in 2024 on the Gatemen Baseball Network pregame show. Kyle Marchak alongside Ethan Eibe as the Gatemen walk away with a tie yesterday on Independence Day. They still sit atop the West at 11-4-1. It just feels weird to hear that tie in the scorebooks, but the same can be said for the Harbor Hawks in third place in the West Division at 9-6-1 themselves. Two of the hottest offenses in the league. This is their third meeting of the year, the first time that Hyannis hosts this contest, and their first two meetings were high scoring. So speaking of offense, that's really the only thing that kept the Gatemen in that game yesterday. An uncharacteristic one at that, Ethan, where the bullpen wavered late.
Yeah, Ryan Smythe was still proud of his group despite the fact that they walked away with a tie. He was just happy that they were able to walk away with something in that one. Yeah, and the offense was certainly showing up early on yesterday. It borne 3 home runs in one game. This is the first time that the Gatemen have done that all season long. Summerhill homered, Colby Turner, Antonio Hyannis as well. This lineup has seen production from top to bottom, so looking for more of that today, Kyle.
Yeah, the offense was a positive yesterday. As you mentioned, a trio of home runs, a season high for the Gatemen in a single contest. Looking to prevent the offense today against the second best offense in the league, according to batting average, the Harbor Hawks once again. It's going to be Braden Sloan in his 4th start of the year out of TCU. He's wavered in his past couple of starts.
The last one was against Katuitt, and that was more of a bounce-back effort from him. 4 innings, a couple earned runs allowed there. He has faced the Harbor Hawks before, back on June 23rd at Spillane Field. That was the first game where the Gatemen found themselves in first place in the West, and that one 5 innings, check that, 2 innings, 5 earned runs. So looking for a bit more from the Katuitt side today.
He did have 5 strikeouts in that contest against a really strong Harbor Hawks offense. So for more on what this starter's feeling in this 4th appearance for him on the year, we had Madison Walker chat with him pregame.
Thanks, guys. I'm Madison Walker. I'm here with the starter today, Braden Sloan. So, Braden, you pitched away at Katuitt. You're pitching an away game today. Does that mess up with your routine at all or change anything?
Doesn't change too much, no. I just start warming up a little bit later since I pitch after the first guy goes for their team, but pretty much stays the same.
So what's your scouting report for Hyannis today, and what pitches are you going to rely on the most for that?
Yeah,
So much, Braden.
of course.
Thanks, Madison. Yeah, Braden Sloan just trying to continue that upward trend after, as you mentioned, a bounce-back start. And with that, trying to control these offenses are going to be difficult, especially with what we saw from the Gatemen yesterday. We touched on it, but how about Colby Turner's first home run for the Gatemen, Summerhill's second, and Hyannis's third? All positive signs. So with that, I ask you, who are the hitters to watch today?
Well, first of all, it's great to see Colby Turner finally have the long ball show up. That's huge for him. But keep an eye on Summerhill again today. He's hit safely in 6 of his last 8 ball games. On the other side, for the Harbor Hawks, they're coming off a win against YD, so they're riding the hot hand as well. First in the league in runs and on base percentage. Mason White hit a 3-run homer yesterday, 430 feet for them. So keep an eye on him as well for the Hawks.
So with that point, 17 combined runs in their 2 contests this year, both times, right? So a high-scoring affair due for their first visit here at McKeon Park. You guys don't want to go anywhere. It should be a fun one the day after Independence Day, maybe some late fireworks, right?
Maybe so. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. All right, let's hope the fog stays away too. So we'll wrap up the end of this pregame show. We'll catch you guys at 6 p.m. on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
of applause for our junior Hawks. They're the future of our game. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise and sing along with Haley Lapton as she performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's Haley Lapton, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Haley. Great job.
On a misty afternoon from McKeon Park, it's the Wareham Gatemen and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in a stint of Game 3 between the two Western Division foes atop their conference. Welcome into the Gatemen Baseball Network. Kyle Marchak alongside Ethan Eibe, Madison Walker, our sideline reporter, our producers, Joseph Henry and Allison DeWitt on standby as we take our first visit to McKeon Park in 2024, a season series already split 1-1 back at the helm of Spillane Field. But the Gatemen, for the first time in 2024, on the road for 2 consecutive games after an awkward contest on the road in Bourne yesterday, an 8-8 tie.
Yeah, Kyle, first of all, great to be with you yet again at the nice 4th of July festivities, but now ready to roll here on a Red Shirt Friday. Gatemen looking to bounce back. You know, they had a command of that game at Bourne yesterday early on, slugged 3 homers in the first 4 innings, just unfortunately let it fall away there at the very end. It was the first time the bullpen really let a lead go by. Unfortunately, it was Patrick Gillay and Gavin Black that combined to allow 4 runs, but they were able to get it done in that 10th inning to prevent Bourne from scoring the potential winning run. And now they'll have a good chance here to revamp things today at Hyannis.
The Gatemen just had 2 ties last year, and they find their first here about a third of the way through this season and look to reset with this time, let's say, an outright victory in an offensive showing yesterday. And the 2 contests they've had with the Hyannis Harbor Hawks specifically have been offensive showings as well. So let's get into that offense, right? The Wareham Gatemen are going to step up to the dish first, so we'll go with their offensive alignment. Goes as follows from head coach Ryan Smythe in his second season at the helm of the Gatemen. Brennan Summerhill out of Arizona is going to be the DH this time, getting the rest from center field. He played well yesterday. Bobby Bozer in the portal. He's at third base, batting second. Sam White, the West Virginia Mountaineer, in left field, batting third. Jace Reinhardt, another Mountaineer, hitting cleanup in center field. The 5-hole belongs to Colby Turner out of Michigan, the right fielder today. A shortstop out of newly committed UCF, Antonio Jimenez. He went yard yesterday afternoon. Nate Early out of Louisville at first base, batting 7th. The 8-hole, Yohan Desero out of Stetson. He'll play over at second base. And the catcher, Jacob Jarrell, behind the plate. He is out of Clemson, batting 9th. Your offensive alignment for the Wareham Gatemen, 2 of the best offenses in the league today, Ethan. Hopefully a fun contest.
Yeah, these have been a couple of high-powered games the Gatemen have played against the Harbor Hawks. The first one back on June 23rd. Hyannis got out to a 5-1 lead before the Gatemen roared back, and that was the game where they took sole possession of first place in the West for the very first time. But then just 5 days later, Hyannis came back to Spillane Field, and they had their way in a 12-5 victory.
Well, in juxtaposition, both teams have average if not below average pitching stabs. 6th best ERA in the league for the Harbor Hawks, 7th best for the Gatemen, both in the mid-4s. But this might be the best arm the Harbor Hawks have to offer. It is Blaine Wink out of Ohio State, the righty. Will have his 4th start of the year, a 2.89 ERA and 9 1/3 innings pitch. He'll face one of the hottest bats in the league right now in Brendan Summerhill. He stands tall in the left-handed batter's box. The home Reds for Wink and company as he delivers a first pitch fastball that runs away from the zone, ball 1. And at 6:01 p.m. on a beautiful Friday afternoon, we are underway from McKeon Park in Hyannis, Massachusetts. Summerhill, a .333 clip. First pitch to the left here. Second one is swung on and popped to the left side. A little inside-out swing that skies it in the air. And running into the chalk while making the catch is the shortstop Silva for out number 1.
The second baseman from South Florida, number 6, Bobby Bozer.
Bobby Bozer's turn. Second straight game playing at third base. Utility guy. Was out of South Florida, now in the portal. And who knows, could not be playing amateur baseball pretty soon. The righty with a hot stick as well. First pitch to him is a fastball that just misses outside. Called ball by the home plate umpire Brian DiDomenico with Marvick Gomez down the first base line and the third base umpire Jeff Merzel, your trio today. The 1-0 is swung on and lined out to right center. It's going to roll into the grass and roll all the way to the track. Cut off out there in center field by Groves. Rounding first and stopping there. A 1-out single for Bozer, who stays hot.
Bozer always seems to go to the opposite way. That's how you know he's finding his stride. Just a couple of days removed from a 6 RBI performance at a grand slam and a 2 RBI single in the Gatemen last home game.
Sam White out of West Virginia, another utility player. Just his 7th game today, but hitting at a .316 clip. So the lefty digs in with a runner on first. Top 1 just underway in Hyannis. First pitch from the righty from Ohio State. He delivers a fastball framed perfectly on the inside edge for strike 1. Bozer with a small lead off of first. Wink checks, now sets on the first base side of the rubber, nods, and a slide step delivery. A changeup swung on and tapped to the right side, foul, strike 2. Now that the defense has been tested, we'll go through that alignment for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Mason White out in left, Nick Groves in center, Kane Kepley in right. That's your outfield. John Gazdar at third. Silva, the shortstop. Snow, the second baseman. DiTalo over at first. And West is the catcher. 0-2 pitch on the way. It is low for ball 1. Gatemen coming off an 8-8 tie in their home and home on the 4th of July yesterday. Their first tie of the year against the Bourne Braves, a team that has struggled a little bit offensively. The 1-2. Off-speed swung on and ripped to the right side. Chasing with a forehand grab, the second baseman Snow. Sidearm toss to first is in time. They move the runner over as they just take the out over at first. So Bozer on to second, but there's 2 away.
That ball was hit too deep in the hole there between first and second for Snow to make any sort of attempt at getting Bozer at second base.
Here's Jace Reinhardt now. Another West Virginia Mountaineer, 14 games under his belt. He's reached base 40% of the time. Just a great on-base approach. Righty on righty, Bozer with a modest lead off of second base. Top of the first, just getting rolling. Wink's ready, kicks and deals, and a slider off the dish as Wink kind of slipped off the mound there. We'll see how the Gatemen pitchers handle that mound. Their first visit to McKeon Park this year. Wink nods. Peeks to second. Here's the 1-0 to White on the way. It's outside. Reinhardt at the dish, pardon me. It's a called strike as it just nipped the zone. DiDomenico calls it 1-1. Wink ready. He stands tall. Sets at the belt. And the 1-1 deal. Just outside, a slider misses, ball 2. Now the good news is, despite an awkward tie yesterday, the offense looked as good as ever, Ethan.
Yeah, especially in the beginning there with those 3 home runs, but that's what's been powering this consistent Gatemen lineup all year long. Lineup that can hit from top to bottom.
Wink steps, the 2-1. Fastball outside, ball 3. with one strike in the count, 2 away, and a runner on second, top of the first. Scoreless ball game. Reinhardt ready. Here's the 3-1 proposition to him. Curveball is cut on and missed. Way out in front for strike 2, a full count.
It's a good pitch there. Leaving an off-speed up in the zone's dangerous, but it paid off.
Big pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The Buckeye is good to go. And the payoff offer. Curveball off the end of the bat and flared foul. Reinhardt staying alive. Gatemen continue to lead the league in extra base hits and have now crept up for a tie for 4th place, but technically second in home runs with 15. There are 3 teams tied at the top with 16 in front of them. 3-2 pitch again. Swung on and popped foul to the same side.
The first part of the season, the home run ball wasn't really this team's forte at all. Just consistent extra base hits from throughout the order. But doesn't hurt to rely on it every now and again.
3 times yesterday in a game that the Gatemen led by as much as 6, but walked away with a tie. Looking to rewrite it. The 3-2 is flared back into the screen this time. 3 straight foul balls. Reinhardt, again, on-base approach, just chipping away here. Fourth try at the payoff delivery here in the top of the first. Wink is ready. He curls and unfurls. And it's down low, working a walk on 8 pitches for Reinhardt.
Terrific at bat there from Jace.
The right fielder from San Diego State, number 12, Colby Turner.
So it's first and second. Taken up here, and Colby Turner out of Michigan hit a home run, his first one at that yesterday. Hitting at a 273 clip. This is game number 14 on the year for him. Righty on righty, first and second are filled up. 2 away. First offer. Little twirler kisses the outside edge for a strike. This is where the Gatemen have struggled yesterday, especially late in the game. Couldn't bring in runs with 2 outs. No balls, 1 strike, and the deal. Heater is outside, ball 1. Gatemen in their home navies. Red lettering with white outline script across the chest. The 1-1 is swung on and tapped up the middle. It's off the heel of the goblet pitcher. Picking it up, the shortstop throw to first. It's dug out and in time. Nice play by Silva to recover. Technically a 1-6-3 putout, an awkward way to finish the inning. Well, 2 are left stranded on base. So he's heading to the home half of the first. The Gatemen's first visit to McKeon Park in 2024. The Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at SecureOne.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based A.D. Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, A.D. Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
Scoreless top half of the first as the Gatemen leave two stranded in their first visit to McKeon Park against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in 2024. So it's Braden Sloan for his fourth appearance of the year. 6.55 ERA in 11 innings pitched. The lefty looks to continue an upward trend, Ethan, out of TCU.
Yeah, Braden Sloan had a good bounce back start at Katuitt. Unfortunately, that was not one that the Gatemen were able to come away with, but Sloan tossed 4 innings of 2-run ball. His defense let him down a little bit there at that one. He has faced the Hawks before. 2 innings, 5 runs allowed in their first battle on June 23rd. So he's looking for a bounce back against this team in particular.
Yeah, as you mentioned, penultimate outing was against Hyannis, and that was his toughest one of the year. So he looks to reset as he faces the on-base machine, Kane Kepley. First pitch to the lefty, and it runs inside. Kepley dances out of the way and watches ball one simmer by his kneecaps.
On-base machine might be a little bit of an understatement. He is one of the best guys in the entire Cape League at getting on base, 46% of the time.
1-0 deal on the way. There's a strike at the belt, 1-1. So Kepley leads the team in on base, 466. Also has 11 stolen bases, so just a guy you don't want to reach base at all. And this is for the second best offense in the league. 1-1 deal from Sloan on the way. He slings a fastball at the belt called strike 2.
He's walked 19 times. The next closest guy, 12.
That's quite the discrepancy right there. And now this is all in comparison to the Gatemen, who have the best offense in the league. 1-2 from Sloan. He lets it rip, and a curveball bounces all the way to the backstop, 2-2.
It's a guy that Mitch Carricker loves at the top of the order. Classic leadoff hitter.
Who wouldn't? Only leadoff guy that could rival that might be Brendan Summerhill.
He's got the pop over Kepley, that's for sure.
Kepley out of Liberty, squats into his stance and crowds the plate. Sloan from the full kicks and deals. It's a foul ball that squibs towards the Gateman dugout. Remains a 2-2 count. First batter, bottom of the first. It's a scoreless ball game in Hyannis, Massachusetts. Sloan with a deep breath, kicks and lets the 2-2 fly. Outside. 3-2.
Sloan sits 89-90 with the fastball. If he can locate well, he'll have some success today. Pairing that with the slider and the changeup.
3-2. Kick and a deal. And an off-speed just low of the zone. He takes it for ball 4.
Leader in walks, adds another.
Designated hitter from Florida State, number 7.
So now he tosses it over to another guy who in a small sample size has reached base well, hitting 4 for 8. Now in his third game out of FSU, it's Alex Lodis, DH. And a good lead for Kepley as the lefty kicks and deals to the righty, and a slider brushes him off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Third best base stealing team in the league are the Harbor Hawks, 31 of 40. 1-0 and a little pick off to first. Nothing doing. So we'll chat about the defensive alignment for the Gatemen first. Sam White in left, Jace Reinhart in center, Colby Turner in right. Bozer is your third baseman with Hyannis and Desero up the middle. Early, the first baseman, Gerald, the catcher. And the next pitch is swung on and hammered down the left field line, ranging back at the wall. It bounces off the 324 sign. Picking it up in the corner is White. He tosses into third. Kepley's there. The tag, not in time. Kepley races around the tag. A nice relay, but nothing doing. And with a double, moving the runners over with no outs. Quick start offensively for Hyannis.
Indeed, Lodis just turning on that ball. It seemed like it hung in the air for quite a while, but still far enough down the line that Sam White couldn't chase it down as it one-hopped off the wall. And Hyannis is set up pretty well here in the first.
Set up well indeed. A 364 clip at the dish, or a 304 clip at the dish from John Gazdar. team leading 56 at-bats. First pitch to the righty is swung on and popped to the right side, trailing towards the line. It drops in for a base hit. Kepley will race home easily, rounding third and touching home plate with cruise control is the next runner, Lodis, sliding in safely at second with a 2 RBI double. Still no outs in the first as Gazdar hits 2-0 Harbor Hawks.
Well, the man they call John didn't really give us a chance to talk about him. He is one of the more prolific hitters in this Harbor Hawks lineup and does damage on the very first pitch that he sees. Just plunked that one down the right field line. RBI 16 and 17 for him. He moves into second place in the entire Cape League in that department.
So with Kepley, Lodis, and Gazdar getting on already, we'll cycle through the rest of the offense for the Harbor Hawks. Runner on second, first pitch lefty on righty, still no outs, and it's a 2-0 Harbor Hawks lead. A changeup misses low to Michael DiTallo, the first baseman out of DBU. Mason White is on deck hitting fifth out of Arizona. Eric Snow batting sixth, the second baseman. The next pitch is a fastball upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. 7-0 belongs to Jackson West. Florida State Seminole is the catcher today. The shortstop, Anthony Silva, batting eighth. And Nick Groves out of Niagara in center field is the 9-hole hitter. 2-0, Sloan kicks and deals. It's over for a strike. So the Harbor Hawks jump on Braden Sloan early in Sloan's second appearance against the Harbor Hawks this year. 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Way out in front on the slider. 2-2.
Hawks are a team that's riding the hot hand at the moment. They're coming off a huge win against Jarmuth Dennis yesterday, the best team in the East.
2-2 deal on the way. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of the off speed again. A strikeout for out number 1. Big way to come back.
Fielder from
that's huge for Braden Sloan. After you allow the first 3 batters to reach, got to get it out somehow. At least the off speed is looking good to start here if he can locate it well.
Mason White's turn. Arizona Wildcat, just a 185 average through 8 games now. Did go 2 for 3 yesterday, and he has a runner on second. 1 out, and the pitch to the lefty. Outside and low. A lot of off speeds. Gazdar, after that 2 RBI double, still standing on second with 1 away, bottom 1, and the deal. Swung on and hit well down the right field line, but he yanks it way foul.
Got to be careful with Mason White. He hit a 3-run homer in yesterday's win over YD. 430 feet, an absolute bomb.
That is a shot. 3 of 4 ribbies in that contest for him yesterday. 1-1 on the way, and a changeup brushes his shins inside. Ball 2. 2 hits for the Harbor Hawks. It was a double from Lodis. Gazdar followed with a double of his own. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away, the kick and a fire. Roller foul for strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes on an overcast sky here at McKeon Park. Gatemen's first visit against the 3rd place Hyannis Harbor Hawks in 2024. Spinning pickoff toss over to second, and nothing going on over there. You think Braden Sloan's kind of veered away from the fastball because of those 2 doubles?
It also doesn't help that this is a team that punishes fastballs.
2-2 on the way. And there's the off speed for a called strike 3. Snuck it in there, front door, and a backwards K for out number 2.
That's such a difficult pitch to execute. Up and into a left-handed batter, but Sloan made it look easy there.
Nothing is easy against this lineup. Hitting 12 for 35 coming into this contest is Eric Snow. That's a 343 clip. South Florida Bull. 2 away. Lefty on righty, and the deal. First pitch fastball swung on and grounded into the hole. Hyannis has it, sets his feet, tosses to first. It's in time. A 6-3 put out to retire the side. So 3 straight retired to come back, but it was a pair of doubles after a leadoff walk that plate 2 runs. Gazdar comes through. It's 2-0 Harbor Hawks as we head to the away half of the second in Hyannis on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. For a good piece of glass, call Eibe. Located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham, call Eibe Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs. Mastria Auto Group. Whether you need sales, parts, or service, call Mastria Auto Group for all your Kia, Cadillac, Mazda, VW, Subaru, and Nissan needs. Mastria delivers. www.mastria.com.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding area since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Looking to buy or sell real estate in the South Shore, South Coast, or Cape Cod area? Joanne Stevenson has been selling Massachusetts since 2000. Specializing in residential real estate, she is a part of the #1 Berkshire Hathaway Robert Paul team. Whether you are looking for your first home, vacation home, or relocating, call Joanne Stevenson, your local Wareham agent, for all your real estate needs. A proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen.
Located
2-0 Harbor Hawks lead it on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Kyle Marchak alongside Ethan Eibe as we head to the away half of the second on the Gatemen's first visit to McKeon Park in 2024. It was a leadoff walk and then back-to-back doubles that plated those 2 runs. Guess who? John Gazdar comes through. So we'll see if the Gatemen can bring themselves back in it after just 1 hit in the top of the first.
A good guy coming up in Antonio Hyannis. Hot hand, homered yesterday at Bourne.
Hyannis leads the team with 3 big flies on the year. Also has a team second best, 11 walks to his credit. On-base machine. First pitch from the righty, Wink on the way, and a fastball is fouled off to the left side. 0-1. Well, other than the weather, a great day to go out to baseball. 2 of the best teams in the West Division, 2 of the best teams in the league. 0-1 deal on the way, and a fastball is at the letters for ball 1.
And a decent crowd here at McKeon Park tonight, even the away contingent.
Another one of those picturesque Cape towns, the 1-1 deal. And an off-speed is swung on and missed. 1-2.
A Cape Town that we're going to have to explore next time we come back. We did get a restaurant recommendation from Eric Luxus.
The Mexican restaurant it was?
Yes.
1-2 on the way from the full. Fastball swung on and scorched up the middle. A sliding stop by the shortstop Silva. Throw to first is in time. Grounding out to his counterpart with a nice play. It's out #1.
That's just a nice play there by Silva. Just took a step to his left. That ball was hit so hard. He popped up right after the sliding stop to throw him out.
Can't be upset about that. Nate Early, on the other hand, another guy who's the recipient of his first home run in the past couple of days. That was in the Gatemen's last home contest 3 days ago. First pitch to the lefty. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Again, 2 average pitching staffs, but 2 of the best offenses in the league. Wink deals. The 0-1 is swung on and chopped to the right side. It 3 hops into the chest of the first baseman, Ditalo. Race to first, and Ditalo beats him there by a half step for out #2. But of this average pitching staff, you could say, pretty obvious that Blaine Wink has announced himself as that premier arm out of Ohio State. His last outing was against Wareham. 4 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts. So-so day at the office for him.
It's actually his first start today in his 4th appearance.
Yeah, last appearance was his longest one of the year coming into this. Obviously, as I said, 4 innings, so they knew he had starters innings in him. First pitch is swung on and tipped foul. Here's Johan Desserod of Stetson, a .296 clip in 10 games so far for the Gatemen.
It's been a guy that Smythe can plug in there when he wants to move Bozer over to third base.
0-1 deal on the way, and the lefty fouls it off his shin. Really quick inning for Wink so far. He's gotten 2 quick outs, and now it's an 0-2 count for Desserod.
Helps that Wink does work awfully quick.
Wink just gets the ball, now peers in for the sign. Toes the first base side of the rubber. He turns, steps, and deals the 0-2. And an off-speed is just tipped foul. Staying alive is Desserod.
Desserod in his opportunities hitting just a shade under 300.
A sneaky 300. Very consistent. 0-2 on the way. Swung on and chopped foul of first base. And I think he's sneaky because he's mostly a singles guy, but he's shown he has pop. He started the year with 3 quick doubles. 0-2 from the full. Upstairs and outside. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, top of the second. Gatemen down 2-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive to right. This one carrying back at the wall. You can watch it fly. Solo shot for Desero, and the Gatemen are back within 1 in the top of the second.
Well, you knew he had the pop in him. Desero just destroyed that one. 11 homers this season at Stetson. He's got his first in the Cape League.
Desero announces his presence, fighting through a 2-strike hole, and he got all of that one, Ethan.
Just sat back on it. That was majestic. Right off the bat, you knew it.
Gatemen with a power surge, you could say. 3 home runs yesterday, and now in the second, they have their first in this contest. So with 2 outs, it's Jacob Gerald who fouls the first pitch off, and this is another guy we know has some pop.
Yeah, Gerald's only hit 1 bomb this year, but he sprayed some doubles around the field. One of the better hitting catchers you'll see.
0-1, and an off-speed twirls in there at the knees for strike 2.
He's been struggling a little bit as of late. That hot start hasn't carried over these last couple of games.
0-2, and a changeup misses low. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 away. So both teams have 2 hits, but the Gatemen cashing in their first run on a solo shot from Desero just a moment ago. 1-2 from the full to Gerald, and he stays alive, fouling it straight back to the screen. One and 2, Wink deals. Curveball off the end of the bat, but it's flown well out to center. Going back at the track, looking up at the wall, and making a running grab, and coming down with it. We're awaiting the call. The center fielder Groves is heaved over in pain, and they're going to call it out. A forehand grab for out number 3.
Wow, what a play in center field by Groves. He just kept tracking and tracking that ball that wouldn't stop carrying, reaching up at the last second to rob Gerald of extra bases. What a play.
An effort by Nick Groves to close out an inning, but it's a solo shot from Desero. How do you say home run in French? We'll figure that out and come back as the Gatemen are down 2-1. We head to the home half of the second on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Jesse Simmons.
And I'm Brendan Summerhill.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, so Brendan, junior, Arizona. From Chicago, though. Tell me a little about that. You said we talked about you grew up not far from Wrigley Field. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, a mile away from Wrigley. It was special. When the Cubs won in 2016, I really realized how cool it was to be a Cubs fan.
Right.
The entire north side of the city was partying for a week straight. I was in 7th grade. School got canceled the next day. We all got to go to the parade. It was super fun.
It's easy to say that. Did that grow your love for baseball early on, and being able to be a part of that and so close to an MLB team?
Absolutely.
You know, it's hard not to want to get into baseball, right?
It's just, there's something about baseball that there's nothing else like it.
Right. Was there an MLB player that you...
108 years, you don't win a World Series.
Right.
And then they win it, and everyone goes crazy. It was fun. It was super cool.
Was there an MLB player that you emulated your swing? You know, you play outfield. We talked about Ellie De La Cruz. You emulate that. Was there a different player growing up that you wanted to be like?
I always like to watch YouTube videos like Ken Griffey Jr. He's probably my favorite hitter to ever watch. I wouldn't necessarily say I emulated my swing off his, but
Bottom of the second we go after Johan Desero cashes in with his first home run of 2024. A 458 moonshot to right field, and the Gatemen are back within 1. It's a 2-1 score at McKeon Park. Kyle Marchak with Ethan Eibe. Desero got all of that one.
Left the bat at 104 miles per hour.
A moonshot for the Gatemen to come back within 1 run after 2 came in the bottom of the second. So Braden Sloan looks to reset in his second inning of his 4th start of the year. 7-8-9 due up. Here's Jackson West, the catcher out of Florida State. Kick and a deal. The first offer's down low for ball 1. West also started the season in just a couple of games, hitting 4 for 8. He crowds the plate as he squats in the left-handed batter's box. The 1-0 deal from Sloan. And the southpaw twirls a changeup low into the dirt at the back foot of West for ball 2. 2 hits apiece. For the Hawks, it's a pair of doubles. And for the Gatemen, it was a single and then a home run. Sloan ready. From the full, he kicks and deals. Front door slider sneaks in there at the letters. 2-1. Talked about Desero's sneaky pop. Well, that ball carried. 2-1 deal. Sloan. Rocker step kick and a fire. It's inside.
One thing we mentioned a couple days ago when Bourne was in town was how there seems to be a different contributor every single night. That night at Bourne it was Nate Early. Yesterday it was Colby Turner. Tonight it's Desero.
3 balls, 1 strike. The southpaw deals. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Two of the best offenses in the league. Harbor Hawks, though, do lack in home run power in comparison to the Gatemen, who've had a power surge recently. 3-2 deal on the way. And an off-speed gets a swing and a roller to the right side. Charging with a forehand grab. The first baseman Early has it. Touches first in time. There's 1 away.
The shortstop.
Anthony Silva's turn, the shortstop with his first AB today. He's struggled in his first 11 games. This is his 12th appearance, and he's hitting 4 for 36. That's a 111 clip at the dish in his first Cape Cod Baseball League season.
Yeah, not great. We saw him batting towards the top of the order earlier in the season. Now slides down to the 8th spot.
Lefty on righty. Sloan from the full, the pitch. Fastball at the letters, and it's a strike. Now, this is not something we've talked about, but how about Gerald probably getting that call for his pitcher there?
Yeah, Jacob Gerald works all the time on pitch framing. The catchers seem to do it together, actually.
0-1 deal on the way. And a slider sneaks in there, front door, 0-2.
Before home games, usually I see Gerald with Sam White when Rylan Galvin was still around. Gerald's so smooth with it. It's truly an art form.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gatemen down 2-1. Bottom 2 in the pitch. Check swing. He didn't go around as he watches an off-speed down low for ball 1.
It's an art form that could soon go by the wayside if they implement the automatic balls and strikes.
That's right. I like the human element of baseball. Can be annoying sometimes, but it's a part of the game. 1-2 deal from Sloan. Swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout for him. There's 2 away in the bottom of the 2nd.
I know they're still testing that in the minor leagues. It appears destined to reach the bigs at some point in the next few years, but I'd like to see some more consistency from it. I've heard mixed feelings.
Right now, one of the assistant coaches for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks having a chat with the home plate umpire, Brian DiDomenico. Looks like the assistant coach
Nick Groves is out.
Is substituting someone here. Nick Groves is out. That must have been on that play in center field. We'll get a number on this new hitter in a second. A right-handed bat digs in. 2 away, and the PA hasn't announced it yet, but here's the first pitch. And it's just outside. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Fastball's fouled off.
Got a number on him.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is interesting. We weren't informed of any roster changes, and the number 10 we have is a pitcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away, bottom of the 2nd. Backdoor sliders just outside. 2-1.
Number 10, Steve Solorzano.
Okay, so they did put in this young man who is mainly a PO. Steve Solorzano steps in as, we would say, the center fielder right now. He replaces Nick Groves. 2-1 deal with 2 away. Check swing, and he doinks it foul to the right side. Hey, nice catch by that young man in the blue shirt to the right side of us.
Heck of a grab there. That was a little cue shot right over the netting. Wasn't too high either, so more of a perfect shot for him.
So Steve Solorzano, a PO out of New Mexico State University, but he does have some numbers as a two-way. Mainly a pitcher, though, the 2-2 on the way, and he chases it for strike 3. How about 3 Ks or 4 Ks on the afternoon for Braden Sloan as he navigates a 1-2-3 inning in the second to keep it a 2-1 score. We move on to the top of the third. Gatemen down 1, looking to tie it on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Welcome into our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off in 2024. And our first guest, as we get to know you, is Tony Pluta, a right-handed pitcher out of Arizona. You ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Tony. Well, you're from Chicago, so what brought you out west to Arizona?
So my recruiting coordinator at Arizona knew my high school coach really well and knows that whole area very well. So it's just kind of how I got connected with them.
Gotcha. So they reached out to you in high school. You told me you topped out at 95 in high school, so pretty easy to get noticed?
Yeah, that definitely helps. But, you know, going to all the tournaments and all that kind of thing helps.
Okay, well, on top of that, you've developed some accolades in your short career in college baseball so far. You were in the Northwoods last year, and then college ball treated you well in 2024. Your spring was pretty fun. How about that Pac-12 championship? What was that like?
It was amazing, especially being the last Pac-12 championship. It was an awesome feeling to win the last Pac-12 game ever.
Yeah, and then Brendan Summerhill, your Gateman teammate, hit the walk-off. So is it cool to share that moment with your Summer teammate as well?
Oh yeah, it's great. Every moment with Summer is something special, so it's great to have a teammate like that.
Speaking of Summer, you've been to a lot of different baseball destinations. This is kind of your first one for an extended period of time out east. Where does Wareham rank all time?
It's pretty great. I mean, the Northwoods was definitely its own thing, but I love Wareham. It's a great spot to be.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. We made it to home plate, so my final question for you, what's the goal this summer?
Just pitch well, throw strikes, and get guys out.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Kyle.
That's our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off. We'll catch you guys next week.
Hitter from Arizona,
top 3, top of the order, due up for the Gatemen, who are down 2-1 at McKeon Park in Hyannis, Massachusetts. Brendan Summerhill flew out his first time up. Blaine Wink working through now his 3rd inning in his first start of the year, first pitch. And it runs outside to the lefty at the dish. 1 ball and no strikes. Both teams have 2 hits. The Gatemen scored their lone run on a solo shot from Johan Desero back in the second. 1-0 deal spiked in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes to Summerhill. Meanwhile, both runs for the Harbor Hawks, who lead it by 1 here early, came in back-to-back doubles. John Gazdar, the second double, was the one to plate both runs back in the first inning. So here we are, top 3, first batter. 2-0 deal to the Gateman lefty, and it's a check swing and a changeup low. He didn't go around. 3 balls and no strikes. Wink gets the sign from the full. Here's the 3-0. And he pours a fastball in there.
Summerhill, a ground ball to second. Picked up there by Snow. Throw to first in time. 1 away. Kyle needs a second. We're going to give him a second. You good, buddy?
Oh, my God. I actually just got ambushed.
You just swallowed a fly, literally?
I'm being so serious. I did, and I can still taste it.
Oh, my goodness.
I've never had that happen before. I've got tears in my eyes.
Do you need the rest of the half inning off, or are you good to go?
I'll see what I can do to navigate this at bat. Thanks, Ethan. 1 away. Here's the pitch to Bobby Bozer. That's a called strike. You know what? That's what a real broadcast partner's about. Look at me. I'm crying. I actually had a fly just run into my throat. 0-1 deal, and a fastball misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 away.
I'm sorry, but I'm crying laughing.
I don't blame you. That's hilarious. All right. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 away, and the pitch to Bozer. It's a twirler outside for ball 2.
Took you 17 games. You finally called it quits.
Yeah. I've never had that happen before. That's absolutely priceless. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the deal to Bozer is swung on and fouled off to the right side for strike 2. You heard it. You heard the exact moment I realized I was in trouble.
It was at that moment he knew.
Well, we can't finish that line. Oh, boy. All right. Well, the Gatemen are down 2-1. And Bobby Bozer working away with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a curveball misses outside. Bozer started the hit parade a little bit. He got a single in his first at-bat. 3-2 count. Swinging a line drive right side. It stays fair down the right field line. Bozer rounds first. He's going to touch there and cruise on to second. The throw from right. Kepley can't get it in time. Sliding in with a double. Now an extra base knock to Bozer's credit here in the third with one away.
Just tucked that one fair down the right side, and Bozer easy to get into second. It was a strong throw from Kepley, but with the speed that ball was hit, it gave Bozer enough time to motor to second.
A fly of extra base hit proportions this time. So with one away, we have a runner on second. And Sam White's turn.
Team leading 5th double for Bozer.
Righty on lefty, Sam White. 0 for 1, he grounded out to second his first time up. Here's the pitch. Inside. I mean, you hear the joke all the time of, you know, oh, I swallowed a bug or something like that, but I literally just swallowed a bug.
How'd it taste?
It tasted awful. That was one of the worst experiences of my life. All right, enough about myself. That's disgusting. So we'll go back to baseball, the 1-0 deal. And Sam White fouls that one straight back for strike one.
Gatemen Grubs Fly Edition.
See, yesterday you and I had so much fun on a game that looked like it was going to fall in our favor early on. And I told myself, all right, let's take it more seriously today and give the fans what they need, baseball. And then that happens. 1 out, top 3. And the 1-1 deal is swung on and scorched to left field. Trailing back, spinning and making a running grab is Mason White out and left for out number 2.
You're right, that ball was stung by Sam White to the opposite field, but White read it well right off the bat and twisted and turned a couple of times, but hauled it in.
Update number 20, Jace Reinhardt.
So now it's Jace Reinhardt's turn. Walked aboard his first time. Bobby Bozer with a double. Just an at-bat ago. Stands on second with 2 away. Blaine Wink looking to navigate a scoreless inning. He kicks and fires. It's upstairs. Now time is called as Wink switches out baseballs. Pitchers can be particular sometimes.
Can't have a ball that's scuffed up.
1 ball, no strikes. 2 down. The Ohio State Buckeye is ready. Here's the deal. And a curveball spins in there for strike 1. One count as the Gatemen hit their third knock of the afternoon. Down a run in the top of the third. The pitch swung on and skied behind home plate for a foul ball. One and 2. Here's the pitch. Way upstairs. 2-2 count. They're trying to get him to chase on that high heat. He's not biting.
Reinhardt has been good at that as of late. Worked a nice at-bat his first time up to walk. Knows the strike zone very well.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. And the deal. Outside. Try to get him to chase a slider this time, and it runs to a full count. Runner on second. Gatemen down a run, top 3. 2 away. And the payoff delivery to Reinhardt. Swing and a miss. He chases the slider this time for a strikeout, and that retires the side. 1 left on base after a Bobby Bozer double. The Gatemen still down a run as we head to the home half of the third at McKeon Park on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I couldn't get out, so they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence. They had to pull the fence.
And an incredible guest for us today on the pod, in the words of the great Jason Stark, writer, broadcaster, and distinguished former major leaguer, Doug Glanville. Doug, it is terrific to have you on today.
So, any favorite ballparks that you visited while you were in the Cape?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you got to love Spillane Field with like the all dirt infield or whatever he had going there, the darkened dirt. Let me see. Well, I didn't like Bourne because one time I slid for a ball. I was doing that cool move where the ball's up against the fence and you slide around it and then pop up and throw. and then I slid and went through the fence. So my leg got caught in the fence, and I couldn't do anything. I had to roll the ball to the right fielder, and I couldn't get out. So they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence and to pull the fence. So,
oh my God.
So that wasn't a good memory. So Bourne, the fog always rolled in there.
Back to baseball on the Gatemen Baseball Network. 2-1 scores. The Gatemen are blanked in the top half of the inning. Their one run coming in the second. Both runs for the Harbor Hawks, who lead it in the first inning. So their third crack at it, and now their first crack at it today is the new lefty on the bump taking over after Braden Sloan. It's going to be Ethan Darden. We'll see what he has to offer here. He's kind of slipped into a long relief role now. Final box score on Braden Sloan's start. 2 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. And now the lefty takes over.
5th appearance for Darden, made a couple of starts. The first one, of course, wasn't so great at Brewster, but he was able to pick up the slack right after that against Harwich. A 5-inning, no-run performance, but the last 2 have been out of the bullpen. 1 inning, 1 earned run allowed against Katuitt a couple of days ago, and just a few days back against Bourne at home, 1 1/3 of clean baseball.
He's been put in a lot of high-leverage situations, so he's a 2-1 record on the year to the tune of an 8.64 ERA and 8 1/3 inning pitch. So here we are, home half of the third, and already dipping into the bullpen are the Gatemen. The lefty Ethan Darden rolls up his sleeve, and he's ready to go against the top of the order. First pitch to Kane Kepley. It's inside. Darden, the sophomore to Clemson. The southpaw had a good year. 1-0 deal. Fastball is rolled just over the first base bag and fair down the right field line. Rounding first. Now jetting over to second and stopping there. Kepley with a double.
Kepley might be my favorite brand of baseball player. People tend to love the big power hitters and the big pitchers, but I love that little guy, top of the order, spark plug type who can get on base at a clip that's unheard of, spray the ball all over the field.
All right, give him a major league comp then.
I'm going to say it again.
Yeah?
Luis Arraez.
Okay.
Because I only say that because we saw Jaron Advincula from Katuitt kind of the same way. A similar role at the top of the order, a guy who can do just about everything.
So Darden gives up a leadoff double, an unlucky one at that, to start off the bottom of the third. Gateman down 2-1. Here's the pitch to the Harbor Hawk, called strike. Alex Lodis, the DH, digging in. He doubled in the first inning. So far today, 3 hits for the Harbor Hawks, 3 doubles.
You have one other comp for him. I'll say it after this pitch.
Okay. I have an interesting one here, too. 0-1 deal on the way. And a backdoor slider just misses outside. 1-1. You go first.
2003 Marlins, Juan Pierre.
Okay. That is a really specific one, but I like it. I'll go to a player akin to that in terms of their profile as a hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike. No outs, runner on second in the deal from Darden. He spins it low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Give me Jimmy Rollins.
Okay. Philly type. I like that.
Now, he was a switch, but the left-handed swing just feels reminiscent to me of the way he just kind of juts that bat head out there, and man, can this Kepley kid move. Lodis 1 for 1 today. 2-1 with no outs, bottom of the third. The pitch. Check swing. He went around. 2-2. The Gatemen scored a run on a solo shot in the second. Back-to-back doubles. An RBI one at that for Gazdar and the Harbor Hawks in the first. And here we are in the third, a 2-1 score. Harbor Hawks lead it. Darden kicks and fires, and it's a back foot slider that misses low. Full count.
Worth noting that every single outing Darden has appeared in since his first one has been with Gerald behind the plate. I think that's on purpose, a Clemson Tiger catching his fellow teammate.
Yep, Clemson battery, that makes sense. Seen a handful of teammates from different schools on the same team, obviously. Each team has their own pipeline. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a line drive up the middle. That one rises into center field and rolls in for a base hit. Kepley gets the stop sign at third. Rounding first as the ball is bobbled on a relay to Darden, who falls to his feet. And coming home is Kepley. A fielding mistake. And a run comes home.
Not sure what happened there to Nate Early. He was simply standing ready to receive the relay throw right behind the pitcher's mound. The throw was low. He couldn't dig it out and then slipped and fell. And with that, it's a run that comes in to score. Probably going to be an error on him.
Either an error or an RBI double with an asterisk next to it. Nonetheless, an errant throw from center field on another hit that was a single, advancing on the throw from Lodi. So back-to-back hits and a run comes in. It's now 3-1 in the bottom of the third. And now you have a meeting of the minds on the mound right now. Well, you don't need that. The Gatemen have been fielding well, and that's their first error in a couple of outings now.
They just... The guy up there tagged the error on Ethan Darden, even though Ethan Darden was actually backing up the play behind home plate, so it should be on Early.
Okay. We'll put that out on the airwaves, I guess.
Yeah, got to fix that later.
4 hits from the Hawks, 3 from the Gatemen, who are down now 3-1 in the bottom of the third. Still no outs and a runner on second. It's Lodice, and here's John Gazdar, who cashed in with that RBI double in the first. Ethan Darden ready. He sets, kicks, and fires. Called strike at the knees. Darden in his second year with the Clemson Tigers, a 5-4 record and 11 starts, 18 appearances overall, 4.96 ERA, 40 strikeouts with a lot of innings, 65 1/3 under his belt. Looking to eat innings out of the bullpen here as the 0-1 off speed is spun down low. John Gazdar at the dish. He's got a hit in his first at bat. 1 ball and 1 strike now, and still no outs in the home half of the third inning. Missed in an overcast taking over as the lights take action. The 1-1 deal. And it's spun down low. Runner goes. Gerald picks it up, and no, they're calling it a hit by pitch, so they'll have to move that runner back to second. And scooting on to first on a free pass is Gazdar. He's reached twice already.
That one just might have clipped him. Now 2 on, nobody out. Tough situation as you get into the heart of this order.
Especially against Michael DiTallo. 367 on base percentage, a 280 hitter coming into this. He's 0 for 1 though. Struck out swinging in the first. First and second occupied. Lefty on righty, and the first pitch is down low for ball 1. One 0 count. Gazdar on first, Lodice on second. And the pitch. Backdoor slider in there for a strike. One ball, 1 strike now. Darden sets at the belt, kicks and deals. In there, fastball for a strike this time.
It's a good challenge pitch there. Shows that Darden's not afraid to attack.
1-2 count. And the lefty lets it fly. Swing and a miss as he chases the slider way into the dirt. Forward facing K, there's 1 down.
Changed the eye level on him a little bit there. Got him to chase.
Number 9, Mason White.
Mason White's turn. Again, a guy who's struggled early. This is his 9th game with the Harbor Hawks this year, and just a 185 average. That'll dip a point as he's 0 for 1 today. Struck out looking back in the first. He's got 2 runners on with 1 away. Lefty on lefty battle now, and the first pitch is a strike. Darden ready. He steps in the 0-1. Swing and a tapper foul. Darden has bounced between the starter and reliever role his entire career. He adds value to both roles as a pitcher. 0-2 deal on the way, and a slider misses down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As a freshman, he was mainly a reliever for Clemson, and then proved himself as a midweek rotation guy midway through his 2023 campaign, and then featured essentially the same amount of work. 7 games out of the bullpen, 11 starts in his sophomore season. 1-2 deal with 1 away, and a fastball's just outside. So here he is, after a couple of starts to start the season, coming in a high-leverage situation once again. Bottom 3, he's working away with 1 out and a 2-2 count to Mason White. He kicks and fires. A front door slider just misses inside. It runs to a full count.
He had a huge test at the end of his Clemson season in that Super Regional against the Gators, the last game that went 13 innings to decide which team was going to head to Omaha. Darden wound up giving up the winning hit to the Gators, but played a pivotal role late in that game.
3-2, swung on, tapper to the right side. Early has it, gloves. It's a race to first, and he beats him there on the feet. So it's out number 2 as both runners advance to second and third.
Good play by Nate, and good on him to check down at second, see if he could get that double play, but at least he got 1.
Again, a good base running team for the Harbor Hawks. 3rd in the league with 31 stolen bases and 40 attempts coming into this. And sure enough, the speed on the bags take away that opportunity for a twin killing. So instead, Early goes the short way, gets the out at first. That's the only bag that's empty right now. And Eric Snow steps up. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to the shortstop. Bottom 3, 2 down. And the pitch is swung on and popped well out to right center. Going back at the wall, looking up. It's off the top of the wall and lands in the mid of Reinhardt. 2 runs will score. The relay is cut off at second base. Wow, that one nearly snuck out by inches. Instead, it stays in the park, and it's just a 2-run, 2-out double.
About as close as you could get without going deep. There's a thin blue padding that lines the top of the outfield wall from foul pole to foul pole. It hit right off the top of that padding and bounced back.
The catcher from Florida State, number 12, Jack Finn.
So another RBI double. 4 doubles on the ledger for the Harbor Hawks, and now they lead it 5-1 with 3 runs coming in here in the bottom of the 3rd. Eric Snow hits one literally off the top of the wall, and he stands on second. And now it's the speedy lefty Jackson West digging in. 0 for 1, and the first pitch is outside. Five hits in the afternoon. Just one of them, not a double for the Harbor Hawks. 1-0 deal. And a slider is swung on and topped to the right side. It cues foul against the team that leads the league in doubles. That might be a challenge after this. Gatemen, first in the league with 32 two-baggers. They've hit 1 today, so make it 33. On the other side, though, 4 for the Harbor Hawks, who are in second. They're up to 31, so they're literally 1 double behind the Gatemen right now, if you want to make that a live stat. 1-1 deal, and a slider runs outside to the lefty. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 away. Home half of the 3rd.
Hyannis is that team that'll go pound for pound in the offensive categories with Wareham.
One of the only ones. 2-1, kick and a deal, swing and a miss. The lefty goes around on a slider. It's 2-2. Darden working away. Clemson Tiger with 2 outs. And the Gatemen's first visit to McKeon Park. 2-2 on the way. And he cues it into the dirt. It rolls all the way to the backstop. Strolling on to third on a wild pitch. Snow will move up 90 feet. So now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Jackson West is ready. Darden shakes the sign. Twice now, and then he gets what he likes. Toes the rubber, kicks and fires. Spiked in the dirt, it's ball 4.
you got to reset here if you're Darden. You've got 2 outs. You've got Anthony Silva coming up, who's had a rough start to this season. So just attack this guy and finish off the Hawks.
Anthony Silva, now 4 for 37 at the dish. In his 12th game for the Harbor Hawks, he's 0 for 1. Struck out swinging in the second. He's got the corners occupied with 2 away. Time to just attack a hitter, huh?
Yeah, don't be afraid.
Lefty pitcher, righty batter in the deal. Low for a ball. One-0 deal. Runner from first goes. Gerald throws down to second. The tag not in time, and staying on third is Eric Snow. Clean stolen base for Jackson West. Stolen base number 32 on the year for the Harbor Hawks. Second and third now. 1-1 deal. Backdoor slider misses, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, bottom 3. And the deal. Right down Broadway, strike 2. It's a 5-1 Harbor Hawks score. They've scored 3 runs here in the bottom of the third. On 3 hits and 2 free passes. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a line drive, scorched foul to the right side. Staying alive. West digs back in. Darden with the sleeve rolled up. Coxon fires. Swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. It's a strikeout for out number 3. But on 3 hits and 2 free passes, 2 are left on base, but 3 runs come in. It's a 5-1 Harbor Hawks advantage. We head to the away half of the 4th at McKeon Park on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Jesse Simmons.
I'm Sam White.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right. Mr. Sam White.
Yes, sir.
West Virginia Mountaineers catcher infielder. It's good to have you today. Thank you for jumping on with me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And so you had the chance to play for the Canadian Junior National Team.
I did.
Tell me a little bit about that, and being able to represent your country and where your hometown, not only in your country but now in the U.S. at a Power 5 school and here in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest honor I've ever had. I mean, representing Canada, I played Team USA, played Team Japan, Chinese Taipei, all that stuff. And I mean, that's the biggest honor you can have. I mean, every rep that I put in, that was basically for my country.
Hockey.
Yes.
Was that your first love before baseball? You got drafted at one point, had a chance to maybe take a pro hockey career and go that way, but now you're at baseball. What was that like? And give me a little something about that hockey.
Yeah, I mean, hockey, that's where I met kind of my lifelong friends. I mean,
yeah,
obviously growing up in Canada, hockey is the sport that everyone plays. It was my first love. I mean, I started playing when I was 5 or 6 years old, a couple years before I started playing baseball. And yeah, up until I was probably 13 or 14 years old, I was gonna go to the NHL, and that's what that's what I would tell myself.
T-Mobile is a proud supporter.
3 runs come in the bottom of the third for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, who lead the Gatemen 5-1 at McKeon Park. On the Gatemen Baseball Network, Kyle Marchak with Ethan Eibe, as the Gatemen have 3 hits to their ledger, but just 1 run to show for it. It was a solo shot back in the 2nd inning from Johan Desero, who is due up 4th in this inning. Colby Turner will lead things off against Blaine Wink on the bump, or it might be a new arm. No, it's still Blaine Wink, pardon me, out of Ohio State, and he's been cruising so far. Despite a couple of extra base hits allowed, has managed to maintain what is now a 4-run advantage for the Harbor Hawks.
He's received plenty of run support today. It's been an extra base hit barrage by Hyannis. 5 doubles for them today.
So away half of the 4th we go. 2 runs in the first, 3 in the third for Hyannis. The third-place team in the West. They kick and deal the first offer to Turner. Fouled straight back. Ricochets off this brick wall backstop. And right back to the pitcher. How convenient is that? 0-1 count. So Mike Mobbs, the hitting coach of the Gatemen, trying to cook something up now for his boys. A man of culture. As he stands at third base. Clean shaven now. Here's the 0-1 deal to Turner. And a spinner goes into the dirt for ball 1. So Colby Turner, Mike Mobbs, obviously a man of culture who's endowed a great culture in and of itself for the hitters here at Wareham. The 1-1 deal, and a fastball misses outside, ball 2.
He's always got individual critiques for his guys during batting practice. You know, Mobbisms aside, that's his brand, but he's more than that. He's a player's coach.
2-1 is swung on and popped, mid-distance, right center. The wind will knock it down, and coming in to make the grab on a stride is Kepley for out number 1.
Interestingly enough, Mobbs has an entire notebook full of pregame speeches that he'll give to his guys. Every single day, you'll see him take all of the starters or all the players out to right field or shallow left, and they'll just convene right before the national anthem comes on and just talk about life. And Mobbs always has a good message for the guys. I'll share one of those messages after this pitch.
1 away, first pitch. Hyannis swings and misses. 0-1.
The other day, he talked about a former baseball player named Corey Hahn, whose story is well known, but if you don't know it, it is really interesting.
0-1's fouled off, strike 2.
A former college baseball player, formerly one of the top California baseball prospects in the early 2010s. Started up at Arizona State, played 3 games, and slid headfirst into second base on a steal attempt and fractured something in his spine. He was paralyzed.
0-2 is swung on and smacked out to right on a chase and a leap. Nice grab for Kepley. There's out number 2.
Broke his neck after sliding headfirst. Ended up paralyzed from the waist down, so confined to a wheelchair. So why do I mention that? That was the subject of one of Mobbs' speeches before, I believe, the Bourne game at home a couple days ago. And the message was, come to the ballpark, always ready to give your 100%, because a guy like Corey Hahn can't do that anymore.
First pitch is cut on and missed by Nate Early.
And these days, Corey Hahn's still involved in baseball. He's a scout. But as Mobbs put it,
0-1, cut on and missed again. 0-2.
Corey Hahn would give anything to give a good hard 90. And these guys have to keep that perspective in mind. It's a day-to-day grind, this game, but you always come up with a good reason to come to the ballpark and a good reason to give it your all. Every single day you get to play the game.
It's beautiful stuff, and trust Mike Mobbs of anyone to bring an outside perspective to make these young men more grateful than they already are to be at the ballpark today. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Third batter of the 4th, the deal, is upstairs and outside. And I mentioned being a man of culture because he has so many outside interests, too. 1-2 deal on the way. And a fastball simmers by the bill of his helmet again. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away.
What else does he partake in?
I'll continue this conversation in the next half inning, but I'll give you a tease and tell you that he's actually a big basketball fan. The 2-2 is down low and into the dirt. Now, of his age group, and he willingly told me this young man is 35 years old. He followed basketball in a different generation than you and I do, right? He had a good retro player that he liked. The 3-2 is upstairs for ball 4. I'll just keep it here. So I'm wearing my Raptors shirt. I just have a Retros Raptors shirt. Toronto Raptors. At the gym earlier this morning, I run into him, and he points at it. He's like, yo, man, that looks really cool. That's some cool stuff right there. He told me that he was a pseudo Raptors fan back in the day. They were pretty good in his time in the early 2000s, as now the pitching coach is going to have a chat with the righty on the bump, Blaine Wink, in his 4th inning of his 4th start of the year. Again, a walk from early, so he's on first. And Johan Desero, who hit a solo shot, is at the dish. So he points at it, says, do you have a guess for what player makes me think of when I see that shirt? And as anyone should, I said Vince Carter, who you might know as a guy who had supreme athleticism back in the day, slam dunk champion. He tells me, and this is him dating himself, which he said, when I was on AOL back in the day,
oh my goodness,
my username was VC Slam Dunk 465 at AOL.com.
Oh my goodness.
Can you believe that?
AOL, wow. But yeah, that's really incredible stuff right there.
Yeah. So Mike Mobbs, a man of the people and a fan of Vince Carter. 2 away. Here's the first pitch with a runner on first, and Desereau shows bunt, pushes it foul. So who'd have thunk it? A guy from the Northeast after all. So it's not like he's too far separated from the culture of the Toronto Raptors and their era of supremacy with Vince Carter back in the day. Runner on first, 0-1. Here's the pitch. And Desereau goes around. Did he hold his swing? No, they're going to say he did go around, so 0-2 as he chases something in the dirt. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Wink ready. He slides and offers. It's fouled off straight back into the screen. Oh, 2 count with 2 away. And a little toss over to first as Early stands statuesque over on first base. Wink ready, and the 0-2 to Desereau. Fouled off as he slaps a little squibber to the left side and into the screen. Remains an 0-2 count.
Well, Desereau rewarded Ryan Smythe's patience with him with a home run in his first trip to the plate, so hopefully he can keep this inning alive here.
Oh-2, kick and a deal. Spiked in the dirt, and it ricochets off the chest protector of West. Moving to second is Early. Runner in scoring position with 2 away. Desereau with his first big fly of the year back in the second. It was a solo shot for the Gatemen's only run. It's a 5-1 Harbor Hawks advantage. Top of the fourth, 2 away, and a runner on second for the Gatemen. And the pitch. Fouled off once again. So I propose this question. How do you say home run in French? Well, we had a disappointing answer. There is no term for home run in French. They would just say home run in a French accent.
That's unfortunate. I was hoping there would be something pretty cool behind that. Maybe Yohan will have a different answer if we ask him.
That's true. He's ready. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Wink, kicks. No, he steps off, spins to second, and tosses over there. So that proposes this offer. Give a home run in a French accent a crack.
I'm not doing that.
No?
I'm done with accents. I am retired from broadcast
Fair
accents
enough.
after our last incident.
Completely fair. 1-2 with 2 away. And the pitch. Swing and a roller foul. Home run.
That didn't sound anything different than what you usually say.
I tried to put more phlegm into the H, but
I don't know. It didn't come across to me.
It's not in my skill set.
It's in his skill set.
Home run.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to stop trying.
Yeah, that would be wise.
1-2 count still as Desereau's battling with a runner on second, top 4. Wink sets at the belt, peeks to second, kicks and offers to home. Swing and a line drive out to left this time. Chasing on a sinking liner. It is caught at his left shoelace. Nice play by Mason White out there for out number 3. 1 left on base. It was a walk and a wild pitch for Early, who made it to second and gets stranded. So we head to the home half of the fourth. It's a 5-1 Harbor Hawks advantage on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Welcome into our second edition of the Wareham Walk-Off. I'm Kyle Marchak, joined by an infielder for the Wareham Gatemen, Antonio Hyannis. You ready to roll?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Well, your new commitment. You're going to UCF now. Did that commitment come about?
Yeah, man. I just wanted to go somewhere where basically I had a good relationship with the coach, and it's always nice to stay home near my family. You know, it's only like 3 hours away, so I felt like I had a good connection with the coach. Just wanted like a nice fresh start, and you know, I'm just super excited for the new opportunity.
Well, we've got Mike Mobbs over there, barefoot, mowing the lawn right now. You said he's a very down-to-earth guy. He's the hitting coach for the Gatemen. Is he a part of why you went to Wareham, too?
Yes, for sure. I mean, once I got the call up here, one of my guys, Dorian Gonzalez, that played for here last year, he said, Dan, you need to go up to Wareham, and they're going to get you a lot better. Ever since I've been here, I mean, he's literally mowing the lawn right now, barefoot.
Yeah, could we get a shot of that real quick? Look at him. Inspirational.
He just leads by example, and I can't ask for a better coach. Like, he's taught us everything that we know, and like he literally just wants us to win, and we're all just bought in on winning. And
yeah.
You know,
Well, it must be working. You're on a 7-game on-base streak right now, so how have the coaches developed you as a hitter?
Yeah, man, they just told me to just be have a better approach. I feel like I'm getting better out here every single day, getting more comfortable with the...
Let's wrap it up with this. The end goal, what do we need to know about Antonio Hyannis going forward?
Antonio Hyannis, I mean, just being the same guy every single day, getting better, like not only as a player, but as a person. Right now, my focus is on today. We have a big game today. We're trying to build off that momentum from last game to bring it onto this game against Bourne, so we're just super excited to play.
We'll catch you guys in our next edition of the Wareham Walk-Off.
Coming in the pitch for the
Jackson Lucas, the second one out of the bullpen for the Gatemen. 0 ERA, making his second appearance in just his 3rd game here in the Cape Cod Baseball League. The righty twirler out of NC State will take over. As we enter the bottom of the 4th, it's a 5-1 Harbor Hawks score. They scored 2 runs on a pair of doubles in the 1st, and then a spree of hits with a couple of free passes a half inning ago as well for 3 more runs. So they're up by 4. Kyle Marchak with Ethan Eibe, our sideline reporter Madison Walker will join us soon as the Harbor Hawks look to extend upon a 4-run advantage.
4 doubles in this game already for Hyannis. Jackson Lucas needs to have a shutdown inning here, keep this lineup at bay. Did well in his debut. Was against Bourne at home 2 days ago. Scoreless inning and a 3rd. Couple walks, 3 strikeouts.
Is not allowed a hit over 4 outs of baseball in his inaugural Cape Cod season. And a little meeting at the mound, too, as Jacob Jarrell, the catcher out of Clemson, will talk things over. All right, now we're ready to go. He'll face 9-1-2 as Steve Solorzano, a 2A out of New Mexico State, will dig in as a late substitution. He's 0 for 1. He struck out. First pitch, righty on righty. Fastball poured in there for a strike. 0-1. Oh, 1 deal on the way. Off speed ricochets away from the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Gatemen, on the other hand, have 3 hits to their credit, just 1 run. Solo shot in the 2nd from Johan Desero, his first home run of the year. Kick and a deal from Lucas. In there for a strike. Jackson Lucas, a late arrival alongside another NC State Wolfpack buddy of his, Heath Andrews. The 1-2 deal, a curveball swung on and pulled to the left side. Diving effort by the third baseman Bozer. A jump throw from the shortstop instead. A nice effort from Hyannis, but he can't make the play. It's an infield single.
That's a nice effort there by Hyannis. After Bozer dove and couldn't get it, picked that one up on the backhand. Attempted a Jeter-esque jump throw, I'd say. Nearly got him.
Top of the order now, after a leadoff infield single for Steve Solorzano. So it's Kane Kepley's turn. Walk in the 1st, a double, and came around to score in the 3rd. He has a runner on. No outs, first pitch to him, and an off-speed misses at the letters. Hyannis, a ballpark that can get quite misty. One of the closer to the water ballparks in the league. 1-0 deal is swung on and skied in the air, right side. It'll get out of play. 1-1 count. And so by the time it was 7 o'clock, here we are at 7:18. The lights had been turned on, and just by the eye test are the main source of any illumination in the area. The sun is nowhere to be found. 1-1 on the way. Swing and a line drive foul of first base.
This ballpark, probably the closest ballpark in the Cape League to any body of water. And so you'll often get lots of fog drifting through the area. There are fog outs from time to time here in Hyannis. Our beat writer Amanda Foster showed us a picture the other day of a fog out that happened here when the Gatemen visited last year. Couldn't see the outfield.
1-2, runner goes. There's a swing and a chopper to the right side. It's caught just foul of the line as Early tried to charge it to keep the ball in play. Instead, it's just a dead ball in a 1-2 count with still no outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Harbor Hawks just manufacturing runs right now.
That's what they do best.
6 hits on the afternoon for them. And the pitch is swung on and lined out to deep right. Going back at the wall, looking up and leaping. Making the catch in the track is Turner to keep that one in the ballpark. One away. Nice carry.
Right-handed hitter from Florida State, number 7, Alex Lodis.
Lodis' turn. 2 for 2, double and a single in that order. He's come around to score both times as well. Right-handed bat out of Florida State with a runner on first, 1 away. Bottom 4 in the first offer is a curveball twirled in the dirt. Backhand stop by Gerald as he keeps the runner on first. One and 0. Lucas ready as the runner goes, and the pitch is fouled off. Strike 1. As that one skies to the left side and sneaks out of play. Big old hill down the left field line, too. Now, slightly covered by some trees out there, but for the most part, the fans congregate for a good view between a light pole and some of the screening out there.
Yeah, right behind the bleachers on that third base side. It seems like a really nice place to watch a ball game.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away, and 1 runner on. Stepping off is Jackson Lucas. Just a freshman out of NC State. 9.43 ERA and 21 innings pitched there, but he did collect 22 strikeouts. He steps in the 1-1. Right down the middle for strike 2. One and 2 count. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th at Hyannis. Runner goes in the pitch. Curveball outside. Gerald throws down the second. The tag, not in time.
It's a good throw there from Gerald. Right on the money, just a bit behind.
Guy who we've seen can toss runners out. Has 3 caught stealings on the season. So now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a runner on second. 2 stolen bases for the Harbor Hawks today. Lucas ready. Curls and unfurls the 2-2. Curveball blocked in the dirt. Full count. Full count offer on the way. At the knees, it's just low for ball 4. Close take for a free pass. So now 2 runners on with 1 out, and John Gazdar steps up again. RBI double in the first, a hit by pitch in the 3rd. Not the guy you want at the dish right now if you're Jackson Lucas.
He's already had a great day. That 2-run double you mentioned. Big chance to cash in here.
First pitch to the righty. Spiked in the dirt. And the runner's going to go. Gerald tosses down the 3rd. The tag, not in time. Bang, bang play. And a gutsy effort by the lead runner, Steve Salorzano, who swipes another base.
Showing off the wheels. It's a tough pitch to go on after it fell in the dirt, but took the chance and it paid off.
So 2 ducks in the pond, both in scoring position now. And John Gazdar, one of the best RBI hitters in this lineup. The 1-0 deal to him. Curveball is outside. (2-0) in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gatemen down 4. It's a 5-1 score. 2-1 deal on the way, and a fastball is pulled into the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. The pitch, upstairs and inside, ball 4.
I'd almost rather you walk this guy and give him something to hit. You had first base open. Now you've got Ditalo coming up. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
And now here's Eric Luxus coming out to have a chat with Jackson Lucas. His first inning of relief today, his second appearance for the Gatemen. The bullpens are in play, but they're tucked right up against the wall in foul territory. But from what I can see, there is action going on in the Gatemen bullpen. Looks like it's just going to be a chat with Jackson Lucas. So the bases are stacked up. And due up is Michael Ditalo. He's in the cleanup role for a reason. 280 hitter coming into this contest, although he is 0 for 2 today, Ethan, with a pair of strikeouts.
Still a guy you got to be wary of. He's a cleanup man for a reason, after all.
Ditalo out of Dallas Baptist. No home runs. Again, not really a home run team, but matching the profile of a lot of his other teammates, a high on-base percentage. Reaching base 37% of the time coming into this ball game. And he's got 3 bases all filled up in front of him. 1 away, bottom of the 4th in Hyannis. Third arm of the day for the Gatemen going to work. First pitch to Ditalo. And a curveball swung on and whacked down the left field line. A diving stop by the third baseman, Bozer. Tag to third is not in time, and Bozer is arguing the call on what could be an easy force out. A run does score, but somehow that penultimate runner's safe. Lodis diving in safely at third.
That was a very acrobatic play from Bozer just to knock that ball down. He saved a run easily with that play. It trickled shortly behind him. He was able to get to his feet, grab the ball, and step on the bag. But by that time, Lodis had already slid in safely. It was a bang-bang play, though.
Very close play. Bozer really believes that he got his left foot in there in time, and now Smythe is having a chat with the third base umpire, Jeff Merzell. Merzell standing with hands on hips on the fair side of the first base line. Ryan Smythe, vice versa. And the conversation's concluded as he'll stroll back to the dugout.
Arizona,
1 run comes in the bottom of the 4th, and just 1 out to the credit of the Gatemen defense. Jackson Lucas battling away. Once again, the bases are juiced. 1 run scores on a play with no outs produced, and Mason White steps up. First pitch. Backdoor slider in there. 0-1. Mason White 0 for 2. Strikeout, ground out. And the pitch. Fastball at the knees misses. Ball 1. One deal. Way upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Man, a double play would work here. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 3. He's ready, the 3-1. It is inside for ball 4. He walks in a run. 7-1 Hyannis.
Now 3 walks for Lucas. That fastball's looked sharp. It just hasn't been located well, and the off-speed stuff hasn't been much better, unfortunately. Does get any easier now with Eric Snow coming up.
Eric Snow today, a ground out and an RBI double. 1 of 4 doubles hit by the Hawks today. First pitch to the righty, and a curveball is pulled outside. Bases remain juiced for the 3rd consecutive at-bat. A single, a line out, a walk, a fielder's choice, and another walk. That's the order Lucas is proceeded with in this inning. And the 1-0 is swung on and whacked. The 2 hops into the forehand grab of the shortstop Jimenez. Flip to second in time. On to first, a double play. Big twin killing to get out of it. 2 runs score. And for more on all the fun going on here at McKeon Park, let's toss it to our friend Madison Walker.
Thank you so much, Kyle. I want to comment first on Braden Sloan's performance. Last time we saw him, it wasn't his favorite. He talked to me about it. He also talked to me about going up against Hyannis. He said they were reading his fastball too well. He was going to go with different pitches tonight when I talked to him before the game. He also told me he wanted to kind of go far into his innings and play a lot today. He said his goal was to give the relievers a break. I kind of wish we got to see more of him. 4 strikeouts. He looks pretty good to me, but I mean, we got to see some Darden. We're getting to see some Lucas. I kind of like when we get to see multiple arms, you know. I wish our bats could get on today. For some reason, our bats are not as hot as they usually are. I think we just got to get into the groove of things. Obviously, it was a show up and go game. We didn't take batting practice or anything. Maybe that has something to do with it. But hopefully, we can turn this game around and not make it a blowout. 7-1 right now. Not loving it. What are you guys thinking?
Thanks, Madison. Yeah, she has a point. It's been a weird game, to say the least. And in terms of what we're trying to see, hopefully we just keep seeing as the mist thickens just a tad beyond the outfield fence on a day where the bats have just struggled, and so have the pitching.
Yeah, unfortunately, the subsequent relievers for Braden Sloan haven't been up to snuff, and I think Snow was probably on an innings limit or a pitch count limit here just for his summer season as a whole. That's why he only went 2 innings. That's what I believe. But at the same time, you get to see more of those guys get some action. Fortunately, just hasn't all been clicking today. The bats as well. They've gotten a couple of extra base hits. You've left some runners on. You just got to find ways to get them over and get them in.
Junior college, number 15, Cade Crossland.
So Cade Crossland's going to take over out of the bullpen. A slew of arms in this contest from both sides. 1 run has come in for the Gatemen. It was a solo shot from Yohan Desero, his first big fly of the year back in the 2nd. Otherwise, a bunch of goose eggs from a team that's collected just 3 hits as we enter the top of the 5th now. On the other side, only 1 scoreless inning from the Hyannis Harbor Hawks offense, the 2nd best offense on batting average in the league. The Gatemen lead that category, but just not showing today. They scored 2 runs in the 1st, none in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, and then 2 more come in back in the 4th. So we'll see what this arm can produce against the Gatemen, who look to claw back into a game where they're down 6 runs now, just kind of slipping away from them early.
Mentioning this as well, the Hawks are 6-1 at home. This is a team that loves to play here in the friendly confines of McKeon Park.
And to Madison's point, too, based on 4th of July travel, yesterday's result, an executive decision by the team to make this what you call a show and go, getting the early work in at home, and then hopping on the bus, suiting up, and playing here. No pregame BP. Lefty on righty. Jacob Gerald, the first batter for Crossland. It's a called strike. Crossland has had an interesting career, but lands at Weatherford College in Texas. And the lefty deals a pitch that's squibbed straight back, a foul ball, 0-2. He started at Ouachita Baptist University, so one of those left-handed JUCO arms that has flown under the radar. But he's got good stuff. A lefty who can top out at 88, sits around 86 with his fastball, and kind of just focuses on that for the most part. Here's the 0-2 from the lefty. It's upstairs and inside.
These days, Crossland committed to Oklahoma. He actually started the last game Hyannis played against Wareham at home.
1 inning, 2 earned runs to his ledger in that afternoon. He kicks and deals the 1-2. And a slider is cut on and missed, a strikeout. There's 1 away in the top of the 5th.
A mixed-use guy for Mitch Carricker then. Guy who can start and come out of the bullpen.
Almost acted like an opener in that game against Wareham. I'm not sure if that was the intent, considering he gave up 2 earned runs, but just 1 inning out of him. And now he faces Brennan Summerhill. Uncharacteristically 0-2 today. A couple of putouts in the field. Lefty on lefty. In the first offer, he shows bunt, pulls back, and it simmers low of the zone. 1 ball and no strikes. Gatemen down 6 runs. 7-1 score. First visit to Hyannis in 2024. And the 1-0 on the way. Foul tip, 1-1 count. Has a slider at 76 miles an hour. Only throws it 17% of the time. And a changeup he barely tosses as well. Just a lefty who kind of lives off changing speeds between a fastball in the high 80s and then some. One ball, one strike, one away. And the deal. Swing and a fly to the left side, trailing towards foul territory, giving chase, looking up and watching that one drop in his bullpen is Mason White. Just a loud strike, 1-2 count. .3 ERA and 37 innings pitched at Ouachita Baptist. One down, top 5. He kicks and deals to Summerhill. Down low. Two balls, two strikes. The pitch fouled off. A little bit of a birthday to celebrate today. The Wareham Gatemen YouTube channel, who some of you may be listening to this game on right now, is officially 11 years old today. 2-2. Outside, full count to Summerhills. The Gatemen are down 6 here in the top of the 5th.
How about that? There was another famous birthday yesterday as well. Mention that after this pitch.
Full count with one away. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive up the middle, a base hit. One out knock for Summerhill, who stays hot.
Crossland left that one up. Summerhill does what he does best, goes right back up the middle. That birthday, the 100th birthday of Caesar salad.
Caesar salad. That's right, I saw that somewhere.
The existence of Caesar salad.
Are you a Caesar salad enthusiast?
Absolutely.
I myself am also a fan of Caesar salads. Depends from where, though.
Reminds me of freedom.
It was Independence Day yesterday. One away, and here's Bobby Bozer at the dish. He's 2 for 2. And the first pitch is right down the middle for a strike. He has Summerhill on first after a one-out single. 11 years old, the Wareham Gatemen YouTube channel is today. What were you doing at 11, Ethan?
Oh, gosh. 5th grade somewhere, 6th grade.
0-1 deal on the way. Swing and a miss out in front of the off-speed. 0-2.
So what would that have been, 2013?
I was probably playing Minecraft or something.
Yeah. I was never a Minecraft guy.
Really?
Not much of a video game kid growing up. Just like Wii Sports.
Fair enough. I mean, that's still video games. 0-2, a small lead for Summerhill. Here's the pitch. And a slider backs up for ball 1.
I was probably like playing with Pokemon cards at that point.
That's pretty cool, though. You remember Silly Bands?
Oh, boy.
What a throwback.
You just unlocked a whole carton of memories.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, top 5. Gateman down 7-1. Here's the pitch to Bozer. Swing and a fly ball to the right side. It's trailing over in foul territory at the chalk, backing up at the track and fighting the wind to make the catch. Kepley had to retreat back to his right at the final second to nab out number 2.
That's a tough player. It's a crosswind here at McKeon Park, right to left. So the last second, Kepley having to adjust. I have a Silly Bands memory for you.
Yes?
I remember when I was in like 1st or 2nd grade elementary school, the school banned Silly Bands.
What?
Because kids were trading them and people were getting upset. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
Positively preposterous that they would ban such a, I guess it is kind of a form of a currency at that time.
It was.
Lefty on lefty. Here's Sam White with a runner on first. The pitch with 2 away and a front door slider's in there for a strike.
And there was absolutely an underground black market of Silly Bands in elementary school.
I believe it. So for those who don't know, Silly Bands were these rubber bands that you would wear as bracelets, and they had different shapes and stuff. Anyways, here's the 0-1. Upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kids would just have like 20 on each wrist.
It was crazy.
That was a time.
So anyways, the YouTube channel is 11 years old.
Why are we still talking about that?
Because we're going to sing happy birthday to it afterward.
No, we're not.
All right, then I'm doing it by myself. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Here's the pitch. It's down low, and Summerhill leaves for second. The throw, the tag, it's not in time. Summerhill swipes a bag with 2 away. Look, I wish I didn't have to, but our producers told us to. We have to sing happy birthday. If you don't want to join, I'm not going to judge. I completely don't judge.
I'd rather sing happy birthday to Caesar salad.
Okay, so how about we both sing happy birthday, but I'll say Gatemen YouTube channel, and you say Caesar salad.
Fine.
2-1 deal. Fastball is high. 3 balls and 1 strike to the lefty White.
It's not that I'm not happy to celebrate the birthday of the Gatemen YouTube channel. It's just that Caesar salad turned 100 years old, and I feel like that's just a little bit more notable.
That's true. Yeah, I guess 11 isn't really even remotely a milestone in anyone's existence. 3 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a fly out to left center. Chasing out in the gap. Groves looks up at the wall and crashes into the warning track as he makes the catch to retire the side. 1 left on base. Gatemen can't score a run. They're down 7-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. But before we do, it's a big happy birthday song to 2 different objects of our lives. You ready to roll?
Go ahead.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yay.
Happy birthday, dear Gatemen YouTube channel. Happy birthday to you.
That was beautiful.
All right, thank you guys for putting up with us. We'll be back in a moment. Home half of the 5th from Hyannis and the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
PC is a Massachusetts-based leading-edge real estate closing, title, settlement, and personal injury and litigation law firm. Our clients trust us to provide the most comprehensive real estate closing and litigation services in Massachusetts. Our full network of closing and settlement attorneys, agencies, and litigators have expanded throughout New England and beyond. We deliver on that trust and reliance by offering the best professional prompt assistance, advanced technology, and state-of-the-art closing services in the real estate law and litigation business today. Our commitment to excellence, honest reputation, and tradition of aggressive representation to provide quality legal services is what we will continue to demonstrate at Sync Law. We believe and will prove that successfully addressing client needs requires more than just knowledge of the law. It requires a mastery of good representation and an attitude to finalize every transaction to my client's satisfaction. Live life to the fullest and let us Sync Law.
Bottom of the 5th, 7-1 score. Harbor Hawks lead it in the Gatemen's first visit to Hyannis in 2024. And taking you the rest of the way on the Gatemen Baseball Network, it's the one, it's the only Ethan Eibe.
Oh, such dramatic introductions. Thank you, Kyle Marchak. Here, back at McKeon Park, it's a 7-1 score in favor of the Harbor Hawks. Hasn't been the Gatemen's night to this point. As we begin play in the bottom half of the 5th, it's Jackson West out of Florida State at the dish as Jackson Lucas misses up for ball 1. Jackson and Jackson both spelling their names the same way. Jaxon. You don't see that too often.
No, not even remotely.
Fastball catches the top part of the zone, 1-1. Jackson on the mound is a right-hander. The Jackson at the plate in the left-handed box. Lucas to West. Ground ball right side. Hovering over the ground for Johan Desero. Easy play. 1 away.
Nice to get a little rollover to get things going.
The shortstop from TCU, number 2.
Bottom third of the order hasn't done too much today. It's Anthony Silva now, the 8th spot hitter. Hyannis is shortstop 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Hawks pounded the Gatemen pitching early and often in this one. Doubles galore. First offering from Lucas. Nice curveball in there for a called strike 1. 2-run double from John Gazdar in the first. 2-run double for Eric Snow in the third. RBI knock for Michael Totalo in the fourth as well, as this one misses up. 1-1 the count. Braden Sloan started this ball game. The TCU left-hander went 2 innings, gave way to Ethan Darden in the third, and Lucas now in his second inning of relief. He pitched the fourth. This one outside 2-1 on Silva. 2-1 coming. Fastball hums in there at the knees. 2-2. Gatemen's bats have been unable to really get anything going outside of Johan Desero's solo homer in the second. Slider up and a called, or check that, a swinging strike 3. Nice offering there from Lucas. 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th.
From Georgia Southern, number 10, Josh Tate.
It's now 3 strikeouts in the game for Silva.
And now time called for whatever reason.
Not quite sure why, as what we thought was Steve Solazaro just announces Josh Tate. 2 number 10s on the roster. You get a little bit confused.
Are there 2 number 10s? Is that allowed?
Is that allowed? Well, not on your OneNote there, but it's actually on their website.
Okay.
The batter formerly known as Steve Solazaro, now known as Josh Tate, finishes up his conversation with Mitch Carricker coaching at third base. He stands in with the bases clear and 2 gone, a 7-1 Harbor Hawks lead here in the last of the 5th. Jackson Lucas looking for a 1-2-3 frame. First offering, breaking ball just below the zone. Gerald tried to steal the strike. Oh, 1 coming. 1-0 coming. This is down 2-0. Nick Groves, originally slated to start in center field, removed after making a terrific catch. Tate pinch hitting afterwards as there's a called strike. 2-1 as that one came in at the knees. He reaches, Kane Kepley's on deck. Lucas shaking off Gerald. Now they're in agreement, the 2-1. Swung on and lifted foul down the right side. That one goes out of play. 2-2 the count. Lights on at full effect here at McKeon Park. 7:45. 2-2 pitch. Curveball, flown foul, right side. That lands just beyond the Gatemen dugout.
Getting a little chilly out here.
Haven't seen a whole lot of sunlight since first pitch. Cloudy and overcast skies. The 2-2. Fastball misses up high. And a full count now. Lucas looking to put away the Hawks here in the 5th. Ball and glove waiting waist high. The payoff. Tapped right back to the mound. He tries to backhand it behind the back. Recovers and throws to first, but it's not in time. He's went over to the right side of the mound after that ball ricocheted off his glove. Tried to do a quick throw to first, and it was just late. It's an infield single for Josh Tate, but nearly an incredible play there.
That would have been a pretty cool play to his credit. And although it looked flashy, it was kind of the only thing that he could do since he had already turned his body. It would have been quicker to just spin around and try and grab it.
And it would have been tougher even for Antonio Hyannis to charge in and make some kind of play on that. And now he has to deal with Kane Kepley, a spark plug at the top of this Hawks order. A called strike 1 up in the zone. Kepley's already been on base twice tonight and scored twice. A walk in the first, a double in the third. Flew out to deep right field in the 4th. 7-1 Harbor Hawks here in the bottom of the 5th. 0-1 runner goes. Pitch inside. Gerald's throw down. It is in time, but it's not going to matter because Kane Kepley was hit by that pitch.
Whoa.
It would have been a caught stealing to end the inning, but apparently that ball grazed Kepley. It was still a great throw from Jacob Gerald, and Ryan Smythe is out to argue this.
I wasn't sure if that grazed him. I get it. It's an inside pitch. He pulled that slider toward the belt.
So Ryan Smythe down the first baseline, talking this one over with the home plate umpire, Brian DiDomenico.
I've never seen that before. A hit by pitch and a caught stealing in the same toss.
I saw it immediately. The home plate umpire signaled for the hit by pitch as Jarrow was throwing it down, so I knew it wasn't going to matter in the end. But still definitely an interesting play. Nothing will change as a result of Smythe and his discussion, so it's 2-on-2 out here in the last of the 5th for Alex Lodis out of Florida State. Lucas will have to regroup here with Gerald. Set at the waist, he looks at second and comes home. Wave and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. Lodis chasing on the first offering. He's been on base 3 times tonight. Scored 3 times as well. Double, single, and a walk. Lucas ready to roll. He deals. Back-to-back breaking balls. This one fouled off at the plate. Made contact with Gerald back there. Hawks have Josh Tate on second, Kane Kepley at first. Plenty of speed with 2 gone. Lucas ahead of Lodis, 0-2. looking to send this game to the 6th. Jackson delivers upstairs with the fastball. 1-2. Lodis playing in just his 3rd ball game. 4th grade entering play with a couple of doubles on his ledger. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Took a little something off that one and gets Lodis swinging for out number 3. Jackson Lucas avoids the 2-out rally, strands a pair. We'll go to the top of the 6th here from McKeon Park. The score, Hyannis 7, Wareham 1 on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Jesse Simmons.
I'm Sam White.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, Mr. Sam White.
Yes, sir.
West Virginia Mountaineers catcher infielder. It's good to have you today. Thank you for jumping on with me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And so you had the chance to play for the Canadian Junior National Team.
I did.
Tell me a little bit about that, and you know, being able to represent your country and where your hometown, not only in your country but now in the U.S. at a Power 5 school and here in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest honor I've ever had. I mean, representing Canada, I played Team USA, played Team Japan, Chinese Taipei, all that stuff. And I mean, like, that's the biggest honor you can have. I mean, every rep that I put in, you know, that was basically for my country.
Hockey.
Yes.
Was that your first love before baseball? You got drafted at one point, had a chance to maybe take a pro hockey career and go that way, but now you're at baseball. What was that like? And give me a little something about that hockey.
Yeah, I mean, hockey, like, that's where I met kind of my lifelong friends. I mean,
yeah,
like, obviously growing up in Canada, hockey is the sport that everyone plays. It was my first love. I mean, I started playing when I was 5 or 6 years old, like a couple years before I started playing baseball. And yeah, up until I was probably 13 or 14 years old, I was gonna go to the NHL, and that's what that's what I would tell myself.
Back here on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV, Ethan Eibe alongside Kyle Marchak, our sideline reporter Madison Walker, and our producers tonight, Allison DeWitt and Joe Henry. Wareham has work to do here in the top of the 6th inning. They're down 7-1 to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks here at McKeon Park. It'll be the middle of the order due up for the Gatemen: Jace Reinhardt, Colby Turner, and Antonio Jimenez. This is a new arm on the mound, I believe, for the Hawks. Still waiting to track him down. It is Aaron Misulam. Misulam, a right-hander out of Oak Park, Illinois, and Michigan State.
And leading off for the Gatemen.
It's in his second organization this year. Started with the Katuitt Kettleers, only pitched one game with them before joining Hyannis. So Reinhardt will stand in here to begin this frame. Gatemen haven't scored since the 2nd inning. That was Johan Desero's first homer of the Cape season. First pitch zims outside. 1-0. Reinhardt to this point, a walk and a strikeout. Right-hander deals, a swing and a miss. Went back to that fastball, a lot of movement there.
That thing just kind of stays up there. Late life on it.
Misulam stands 6'7". 1-1. Another two-seamer misses inside to the right-handed batter Reinhardt. 2-1. Two on the count. Here's the pitch. Outside, and it goes to 3-1 on Reinhardt. Trees lining the outfield, or beyond the outfield wall here at McKeon Park. See that at so many Cape League fields. Gives it a real foresty feel as the 3-1 comes home. Reinhardt gives it a ride out to deep center field. Going back on this one at the wall, and it is caught. Running this one down out there, Josh Tate. Reinhardt allowed out number 1.
The right fielder from San
Well, he got all of that
Diego,
one.
12,
I've been waiting to see center field get into play. We've already seen it once with the ball off the top of the wall for the Harbor Hawks. It's only 379 to center.
358 down the right field line, 324, just that, to left field as Colby Turner climbs in. And this first one at the knees, a called strike. Turner 0 for 2, ground out and a fly out to right. Gatemen have left runners on in each of the last 3 innings as the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Turner out in front of another breaking ball. They just had their opportunities today, Kyle. Haven't been able to cash in.
Well, they've just struggled with runners on base.
0-2. Turner gets a piece, lifts it foul behind home plate.
They've left 5 guys on base, and they're 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
That's an area that the Gatemen are typically excellent in. Good old runners in scoring position. They have had their chances. In every inning to this point, at least one runner has reached second base. 0-2. Goes off the glove of West to the backstop. It's a 1-2 now to Turner. Antonio Hyannis due up next. Gatemen down by 6 here in the top of the 6th. It's 7-1 Harbor Hawks. Vishulam ready. The right-hander deals the 1-2. Called strike 3. A fastball right over the plate. Turner watched it go by. So he goes down with a backwards K. 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the 6th.
The shortstop
just the 3rd strikeout for Harbor Hawks pitching today, too.
Gatemen have done well to limit the strikeouts that they've had. 7th in the league. Bases clear for Antonio Hyannis, who takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Harbor Hawks are actually on top of that category. They've only struck out 120 times as a team. That's best in the league.
Whoa, that's really impressive, actually.
1-0 on the way. Starts to go around. Hyannis holds up as that pitch was outside. 2-0.
Hyannis talked to me this week about how he's just trying to take more pitches.
He was our latest guest in the Wareham walk-off interview segment, the 2-0. At the knees, just outside. 3 balls, no strikes. You can find that full episode on our Wareham Gatemen YouTube channel that may or may not be celebrating its 11th birthday today.
That's true.
3-0. Fastball just off the plate, ball 4. A couple of good takes there from Hyannis, a 4-pitch walk. And this 6th inning not over yet. Here's Nate Early.
The first baseman from Florida Southwestern
Early 0 for 1. He does have a walk.
Number 15, Nate.
Just a couple of walks for the Gatemen today. I mean, they just got to start building up those types of ABs.
Early can be a guy who can get things going in a second. The first pitch to him. Fastball zips in there for a called strike. Early to this point, a ground out to first. He walked. Menez several steps off of first base, the 0-1. Another 2-seamer finds its way outside, 1-1. Yohan Desero waiting on deck. Gatemen down 7-1 here, 2 gone in the 6th. Not many outs to work with as we get later in this ball game. The 1-1 coming. Airley takes a hack, comes up empty. So fastball neck high, just couldn't keep the bat on the shoulder there.
I really chased that one, swing right through it.
1-2 count to the Gatemen first baseman. Vishulam has the sign, he delivers. Just off the plate outside. Jimenez at first with 2 down. He reached on the walk. Vishulam looking in his direction. Now he's ready. 2-2 coming. Swing and a miss. Early, just a bit behind that fastball. He's out number 3. Gatemen strand a runner in Hyannis. They put up another 0 here in the top of the 6th. To the last of the 6th we go. Middle of the order coming up for the Harbor Hawks. A 7-1 advantage for Hyannis here at McKeon Park on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Welcome into our second edition of the Wareham Walk-Off. I'm Kyle Marchak, joined by an infielder for the Wareham Gatemen, Antonio Hyannis. You ready to roll?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Well, your new commitment. You're going to UCF now. Did that commitment come about?
Yeah, man. I just wanted to go somewhere where basically I had a good relationship with the coach, and it's always nice to stay home near my family. You know, it's only like 3 hours away, so I felt like I had a good connection with the coach. Just wanted like a nice fresh start, and you know, I'm just super excited for the new opportunity.
Well, we've got Mike Mobbs over there, barefoot, mowing the lawn right now. You said he's a very down-to-earth guy. He's the hitting coach for the Gatemen. Is he a part of why you went to Wareham too? Yes,
for sure. I mean, once I got the call up here, one of my guys, Dorian Gonzalez, that played for here last year, he said, Dan, you need to go up to Wareham, and they're going to get you a lot better. Ever since I've been here, I mean, he's literally mowing the lawn right now, barefoot.
Yeah, can we get a shot of that real quick? Look at him. Inspirational.
He just leads by example, and I can't ask for a better coach. Like, he's taught us everything that we know, and like, he literally just wants us to win, and we're all just bought in on winning. And
yeah. Well, it must be working. You're on a 7-game on-base streak right now. So how have the coaches developed you as a hitter?
Yeah, man. They just told me to just be have a better approach. I feel like I'm getting better out here every single day, getting more comfortable with them.
Let's wrap it up with this. The end goal. What do we need to know about Antonio Hyannis going forward?
Antonio Hyannis, I mean, just being the same guy every single day, getting better, like not only as a player, but as a person. Right now, my focus is on today. We have a big game today. We're trying to build off that momentum from last game, bring it on to this game against Bourne, so we're just super excited to play.
We'll catch you guys in our next edition of the Wareham Walk-Off.
Back to action here, going to the bottom of the 6th from McKeon Park in Hyannis. It's the first trip to this ballpark here for the Gatemen in 2024. Wareham currently sitting atop the Western Division at 11-4-1 after tying with Bourne yesterday on the 4th of July in Hyannis. Winners of a couple in a row, 9-6-1, third in the West. They're looking to climb back to the top, and they're off to a good start here tonight. 7-1 Hawks entering the bottom of the 6th inning. It's John Gazdar to get things going. First pitch swinging, he hacks it. It's a foul tip off of Gerald's glove. I believe this is still Jackson Lucas on the mound for the Wareham Gatemen, the NC State freshman, working in his 3rd relief frame. John Gazdar will be followed by Michael Tatalo and Mason White. Gazdar had a 2-run double, got the scoring started in the first, the 0-1. 58-footer in the dirt, 1-1 the count. Hit by a pitch, walked as well. Just a team that leads the league in on-base percentage, has been getting on base all game long.
6 hits, but a lot of free passes given up too.
Here's the 1-1. Another breaking ball, easy take upstairs for ball 2. Lucas gave up a couple of runs in the 4th, but pitched a scoreless 5th, left a couple base runners on. This one misses down, goes off the glove of Gerald to the backstop, 3-1 the count. These two teams splitting the first couple of matchups this season. 3-1. Goes off a glove of Gerald, but a called strike 2. Was unable to squeeze that strike that was knee high, but does get the benefit of the call, so a full count now to Gazdar. Lucas's payoff. Outside and down, ball 4. Leadoff walk. See if that comes back to bite Lucas as Michael Tatalo stands in.
It's 7 walks allowed for the 6 hits that they've collected today. Again, we've seen that when the pitchers do struggle for the Gatemen, which is every once in a while, it's the walks.
They do lead the league in walks. 84 entering play tonight. And already Lucas has 4. I'll step aside for a moment to retuck in the jersey. Gatemen in their navy jerseys tonight with the red W on the right chest. Red numbers on the front and the back outlined in white. The gray pants, the navy caps with the red W on top. On this Red Shirt Friday, the Harbor Hawks not in their traditional blue and orange getup. It's the red camo Cape Cod League jerseys. They have Cape Cod League across the chest rather than the traditional Hyannis. First, a pickoff play to first base, and John is safe down there. Gatemen wear the exact same jerseys when they host Red Shirt Friday ball games. The camo numbers and script across the chest. The camo hats too, the O
and a called strike to Ditalo. 0-1.
Feels like this game in terms of pace has just slowed down.
Absolutely has. Not a whole lot of offense these last couple of frames as the 0-1 taken, nearly a snap throw down to first base. It's a 1-1 count. That one was just outside to Ditalo. He's 2 for 3, or 1 for 3 rather. RBI knock in the fourth. Lucas ready to roll. His 1-1 offering. Fastball just outside. Lucas trying to rely on his stuff, just the location hasn't been there today. Trying to eat some innings out of the Gatemen bullpen. Right-hander ready. 2-1, runner goes. Pitch swung on, hammered deep out to left field. Sam White tracking, he won't get it. It goes off the wall. To third base goes Gazdar, he'll hold up there. It's a no-out double for Michael Ditalo, and the Hawks are in business here in the sixth. Runners on second and third, nobody out.
Well, now that's 5 doubles out of 7 hits. So giving up the gappers today. It's just uncharacteristic of Gatemen pitching. I mean, if they struggle, they're going to give up free passes, a couple of singles. They're not a team that really gives up that many extra base hits, but man, 5 doubles today. That's crazy.
Yeah, an unorthodox amount of extra base hits allowed by the Gatemen today. And Jackson Lucas will get a visit here from his pitching coach, Eric Luxus, as the entire infield convenes around him. We'll see if this is the end of the line for the freshman, and it will be. Luxus with the call to the pen, right-hander coming in to pitch. We'll get you that name on the other side of this break. Second and third, nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. A 7-1 Harbor Hawks lead over Wareham on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Back here on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV, it's a pitching change for the Wareham Gatemen as right-hander Jacob Faulkner out of Princeton enters the ball game with a difficult situation in front of him. Second and third, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the sixth, and it's a 7-1 Harbor Hawks lead over the Gatemen on this Friday night, the day after the 4th of July. Everybody's still recovering from the festivities of yesterday, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, the bullpen just trying to be as well rested and relaxed as possible. But to your point, you know, they're recovering from an 8-run game that went to extras. This bullpen's going to be dwindled a little bit. They're looking forward to that off day is the way we can describe it.
Yeah, that off day, I believe, is arriving Monday, the 8th. We'll have a couple more games this weekend. Coming up, they have Brewster at home tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and then they'll be on the road at YD, 5 o'clock start time Sunday. So here's Jacob Faulkner. He takes over for Jackson Lucas, who's still responsible for both the base runners. It's John Gazdar at third, Michael Ditalo at second.
Infield in for the Gatemen as Faulkner comes set. He deals with Mason White, left-handed batter. The pitch. First one just outside for ball one. That ball also popped out of Jacob Jarrell's glove. He's been having a little bit of trouble squeezing strikes here in this inning for some reason. White out of Arizona in the 5-hole. Digs back in. 1-0 from the Submariner. Foul back. Got a little piece of that one. Faulkner, it seems, always being given interesting assignments. Not too often does he get the clean inning. He's often called upon mid-inning with runners on base.
Poor kid. He's always coming in to try and clean up something.
And he does so the majority of the time. 1-1 to White. Gets a piece, fouls it away down the left side. Faulkner, in his 6th appearance, only 3 earned runs allowed this year in 6 1/3 innings. Last saw him 2 days ago against Bourne at home. He's ready to go, the 1-2 pitch. Side armor gets the foul tip, but it's going to end up in the screen. It's a brick backstop, dugout to dugout. Blue padding lines the midsection right behind home plate. Infield still in here as both runners take their leads. 1-2 again to White. Just outside again. Well located off speed there from Faulkner, but White didn't bite. Right-hander peering in for the sign from Jarrell. He crouches down and delivers. 2-2, flown foul deep down the right side. Just out in front of the off-speed Mason White. We've seen that a couple of times tonight.
Yeah, he got all of that.
This is a guy who's locked in as of late. Had a 3-run bomb yesterday in the Hawks' win over the Red Sox. 2-2 from Faulkner. Foul back again. Just getting underneath that fastball. The sitting started with a walk to John Gazdar. He reached third on Michael Detallo's double to left field. Now it's up to Faulkner to keep this game a 6-run deficit. 2-2 coming. Swing and a miss. White chasing a ball ankle high. He's down on strikes. 1 gone in the 6th.
Well, 7 strikeouts for Gatemen pitchers. They've been tallying those up recently. Again, the problem is just the free passes, so see what Faulkner can do with another tough batter here.
Here's Eric Snow out of Auburn. Here are batting average leader entering play. First pitch to him. Hits him. I believe that got him in the elbow guard. They'll head down to first base. That loads the bags for the Harbor Hawks here with Jackson West coming up.
Now it's worth noting, mercy rule's a thing. 10-run advantage after at least 5 frames, and it could be called, and he would represent the quote-unquote game-winning run here.
I do believe it's after 7.
After 7, okay.
So if that were to happen, Gatemen would have 1 more up. As Faulkner deals to West, it's outside, ball 1. Bases loaded, 1 gone here in the bottom of the 6th. 7-1 Hyannis. West to this point 0 for 2. Couple ground outs and a walk as well. Faulkner's 1-0. Driven in the air out towards shallow center field. Coming on Reinhardt. He makes the catch on the move. He guns it back to the infield. A throw back towards third. The tag. And they got him. They got John Gazdar too far off of third. The Gatemen turn a clutch double play. How about that? Bases loaded, 1 away, and they get out of the jam. And a base running blunder from John Gazdar, who tagged off of third base. The relay throw got him there. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, we'll send it now to Madison Walker.
Thank you so much, Ethan. I really like that play. That kind of fired me up. I feel like we need energy and momentum, especially coming from the dugout. I'm surprised they're not doing their famous cheers. I actually asked a couple of them what their favorite cheers were from the season so far. Unanimously, it was the battle cheer. I know you both know what I'm talking about, and I want to know if you will do it for me, for those who haven't been to a game yet, who want to do it on the broadcast. Kyle, you look like you know it.
All right.
Kyle, it's all you. It's all you.
So I believe I see two hands smacking on the thighs.
So check us out
If you
on
can hear it.
Facebook
And they go,
and Instagram.
battle. Battle. All right, let's get that energy up.
Good
Good
stuff. I love it. I feel like maybe if you guys do it, it'll manifest a battle. Manifest these at bat.
Okay, I'm down. Let's go.
Let's give it up for
Ready?
Victoria and the Knowles.
Battle. Okay, Madison, we
Amazing.
appreciate that.
I love it. Amazing.
All right, thank you, Madison Walker. Always appreciate the positivity she brings to the broadcast. Even though the Gatemen are down 6 runs at this point, hey, you got to try everything, right?
Yeah, it's a superstitious game, so we'll see what we can do to get the Gatemen going.
All right, we head to the top half of the 7th inning here. The Gatemen have themselves the bottom of the order due up. Johan Dessereau, Jacob Gerald, and then Brendan Summerhill will follow. And now joining the broadcast as Kyle Marchak exits stage left. Put your hands together for the team analyst, our very own Jesse Simmons.
Thank you, Mr. Eibe. It's good to see you. In the mid-innings here, they were promoting the Boston Seminole Club. Just have to give a shout-out to the Florida Gators back home.
Yep.
While we're here as a little Gator reunion in this inning.
That's awesome. As Johan Dessereau steps up first here, he's the lone Gateman run in this ball game. 458-foot shot to right field. That came back in the second. Gatemen have only mustered 4 hits today, and they haven't scored since. As Aaron Mishula gets ready and deals, Dessereau first pitch, pops it up, foul ground behind home plate. This will run out of room. You're pretty well acquainted with the Stetson guys, Jesse. So
I am.
Talk about Johan here a little bit.
Johan, you know what? Even for not just at Stetson, but here with the Gatemen, I think he's been one of the more quieter guys this summer, but he has a very consistent bat. Love the way he swings it. He has some good range over there at second base. You can plug him in at third when needed. I've seen him at Stetson, plugged in where needed. But he's a good, solid ball player.
Drives this one out to right field. This is going to be caught on the run by the right fielder. That's Kane Kepley. Dessereau just turned on that one.
Yeah, that's been him all night. He had the line drive to the left fielder after that home run that I'm pretty sure cleared the scoreboard, if I'm correct, his home run in the first.
I believe it did.
And it's been loud contact from him all night, so I'm glad to see him start, catch some barrel like we need to see more.
Mentioned this a couple of days ago, right before Nate Early's home run, as Jacob Gerald stands in, bases clear, one away. The pitch at the knees, a called strike, is how a different guy shows up every day and has a performance that nobody expects. A couple days ago was Early, and then Colby Turner yesterday, Johan tonight.
Yeah, it makes Coach Smythe's job easy to put the lineup together because
swing and a miss.
As you see that, it's like a bag, a magic bag. You say, all right, who's going to play good tonight? Who's going to be our star? You pick up and, he's going to go for 3 for 3. It's been Summerhill, it's been Bozer, Early, Antonio Jimenez has come up with big, huge home runs left and right. So, it's all through this lineup with some good bats.
0-2 to Gerald. He waits this one outside, 1-2. It's been part of the fun. This production, top to bottom, throughout this season, of course, hasn't been quite that case tonight. Down 7-1 here as we go to the top of the 7th. 0-2 check swing from Gerald. They check down. No, he did not. It's actually a 2-2 count now.
Yeah, I was going to mention that too. Coming off a night where we had 3 home runs in one game against Bourne last night on the 4th of July. They brought the fireworks. And it's just, a testament to how the game of baseball is just hard. It's the game of failure. We got 4 hits tonight. It's just kind of how the ball rolls sometimes.
Swing and a miss. Gerald down on strikes. A nice breaking ball there from Aaron Mijulam. Got him reaching. So 2 gone here in the 7th. That brings up Brendan Summerhill. Summer was the guy who provided some of those fireworks yesterday at Bourne. A 3-run shot to deep center field for his 2nd home run of the year. Leads the Gatemen in multiple offensive categories. Is anybody to get something going? It's him, right?
Yeah, last at bat he had. Loved it. Worked a good full count. Line drive up the middle. Was able to get on even though, sometimes hard in these games when you're down by what seems like a lot, 7-1, when you are able to put together a solo solid at bat like he did, it's a testament to his focus and he's still locked in no matter what.
0-1 the count to Summerhill. The pitch in there, a called strike 2 at the knees. So Summerhill down 0-2. Bases cleared, 2 gone in the top of the 7th. 7-1 Hyannis over Wareham. Game 17 of 40 in the Cape League season, if you can believe that. 0-2 coming. Summerhill gets a piece, fouls it off to the left side.
Also, a lot of credit, too, to these Harbor Hawks. You know, they're just playing good baseball tonight. You know, early on in the game, it kind of sets the tone and kills the rhythm from the Gatemen tonight. You know, some good plays at short, third base, that diving catch in center field. You know, they're just playing good baseball, and they're getting good calls their way tonight as well.
0-2 again to Summer. Ground ball right side. This will be picked up by the first baseman on 3 humps. Tatalo steps on the bag for out number 3. Gatemen go down in order here in the 7th. It's time to stand and sing from McKeon Park. Jesse, you'll stick around, I trust, as we go bottom of 7. It's 7-1 Hyannis here on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby. Located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham, call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs. Mastria Auto Group. Whether you need sales, parts, or service, call Mastria Auto Group for all your Kia, Cadillac, Mazda, VW, Subaru, and Nissan needs. Mastria delivers. www.mastria.com.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding area since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Looking to buy or sell real estate in the South Shore, South Coast, or Cape Cod area? Joanne Stevenson has been selling Massachusetts since 2000. Specializing in residential real estate, she is a part of the #1 Berkshire Hathaway Robert Paul team. Whether you are looking for your first home, vacation home, or relocating, call Joanne Stevenson, your local Wareham agent, for all your real estate needs. A proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. Play resumes here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 7-1 Hyannis from McKeon Park. You do the chicken dance, Jesse Simmons? I don't know if the folks back home can hear it, but that's what's blasting on the speakers here.
I can do the Cuban shuffle. I can do a little bit of Harlem Shake. I don't know if the chicken dance is in my repertoire, but I can do it all, I like to say.
It's certainly in Madison Walker's repertoire, and as well as Allison, our producer. They're having some fun. Why not?
Scaring me alive, but it is.
That's what you got to do when you're down 7-1. As Jacob Faulkner goes back to work here with this Harbor Hawks order that has been persistent and consistent, all of the above today. 8-9-1 due up for the Hawks. Here is Anthony Silva. Faulkner's first offering to him. This is outside, ball 1. Harbor Hawks with 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth. And the lone Gateman run from Johan Desro's solo shot was back in the 2nd inning. They've only gotten 4 hits today. The Hawks have 8. 1-0 coming. Slaughter outside. Gateman will soon be getting some bullpen reinforcements. Of course, Jake Faraday just released today, one of the key late-inning options for Ryan Smythe, who will soon be heading to a major league organization near you in this coming MLB draft. That's just a couple of weeks away. This one fouled off 2-1. So Faraday returning back home to Kentucky, and coming in a new arm out of Stetson, Zach Copperfield.
Absolutely, and yeah, you know, Zane's a good player. I got the chance to go home for about a month and a half before coming up to the Cape, and got to watch him pitch a little bit. Ate some innings this year.
This one fouled back.
It's a loud foul ball.
Hits off the post that keeps the netting up high, so it's 2-2.
But yeah, Coppersmith, too, had a 1.82 ERA for the Stetson this year. He was kind of their guy that if they got in a tough situation, they threw him in, and he 8 innings, racked up 38 strikeouts, big strikeout guy, 38 strikeouts over 33 innings pitched. Liked what I saw from him. He's a guy that you can kind of rely on, so,
this one hits Faulkner, or check that to Silva, and it looks like, is a foul ball being called here? No, they will rule it a hit by pitch for Anthony Silva. Ryan Smythe and the rest of the Gatemen contesting that ball hit the knob of the bat.
You know, I want to argue. I mean, just sitting here, you can hear it. That, too, you can hear a foul ball. You heard the crack of the bat right there on the handle.
Yes, you did.
In my opinion, from where we're sitting, we're in a good spot with that right-handed hitter, us on the right field foul line. It looked like that ball was put in play, so I don't mind Coach Smythe. I think he's all on the right here to get a little frustrated.
Hasn't been the Gatemen's night, and now the luck's not going their way either. That ball certainly did sound like it got more wood than flesh.
I would agree. His hand guard fell off too, but I still think his hand was kind of powering over that knob of that bat. I still heard it from here. I mean, I think we both did.
Yes.
Heard a little wood. Didn't sound like hand.
So here's Josh Tate. Runner goes. First pitch outside. Gerald throw down to second. Skips behind Desero into shallow center field. And over to third now goes Silva. Wasn't the worst throw from Gerald. It was on line on one hop, but Desero couldn't handle the hop.
Yeah, that was one of those little short hops that kind of skipped and went over his head. That's kind of hard on Johan's part. But, I mean, I don't mind the idea. First pitch stealing, all this commotion going on. Smart play there by the Harbor Hawks to keep the pressure. But, I mean, if you're Gerald, you got to be staying awake. Maybe could have put a better throw there, but not too bad. You know, all around kind of mental mistakes here tonight.
Runner on third, nobody out now in the seventh as Faulkner deals and a foul ball to the right side from Tate. It's 1-1. Faulkner tossed the sixth inning, came over in the middle of the inning for Jackson Lucas. Infield now in for the Gatemen. Everybody on the edge of the infield grass. Bozer Jimenez on the left side, Desero early on the right side. 1-1. Foul tip off the glove of Gerald on the swing.
Good pitch there, 1-2. Liking that fastball up at the eyes. Wouldn't be afraid to maybe change the eye level here in this next pitch, but good pitch there by Faulkner.
Faulkner, a guy who, of course, throws from that submarine sidearm type of angle.
Sometimes looks like his hand is scraping the ground when he comes in his follow-through over the plate. It's fun to watch, nevertheless.
Right-hander ready. Faulkner slings it home. And a called strike three. Right on the outside corner, Tate down looking for out number one. I was going to ask you, Jesse, to talk about the advantage of that angle when you're in the middle of the inning and you bring a guy like Faulkner in. What does that do to a hitter's mind?
Well, you know, as a hitter, personally for me, I actually enjoyed hitting sidearm because as a hitter, there's a mentality is see it high, let it fly, see it low, let it go.
First pitcher to Kane Kepley, a called strike, 0-1 the count.
And so those sidearm guys, when they're throwing, if he's going to throw a fastball, usually if it floats up and it's above, at your eye level above, you know it's going to float right into your barrel belt high. If it's low, a lot of times with pitchers that aren't as consistent from the sidearm, you can let it go and you know it's going to be in the dirt for a breaking ball.
0-1 pitch just off the plate to the left-handed batter Kepley. It's a 1-1 count. This is the guy you want up if you're Hyannis. He's reached base 3 times tonight. He's their on-base king. Nearly 50% of the time he gets on base. 1-1. Oh. And it hit him. That one got him in the right hand. Kepley in some obvious pain. He'll toss the bat back towards the Hyannis dugout and trot down to first. That slider just tailed too far in.
You know, that too, with his situation, not the worst thing that could have happened because now you have a double play ball that could get you out of the inning. These infielders will back up, and it looks like we have a chance here. And Faulkner, a good double play guy, good ground ball guy from that sidearm. Someone maybe roll over a ball here and get out of the inning.
The Gatemen have hit 5 batters tonight, and the bases occupied at first and third. 7-1 Hawks here in the last of the 7th with 1 away. Here is Alex Lodis. First one, a called strike. This might not be Lodis. This might be a pinch hitter. By the way, Lodis stands in. Righty against the righty. Faulkner's 0-1. Fouled off. Just got a piece of that one.
Yeah, back to your point earlier on, you know, a hitter's approach. Sometimes, you know, when you're facing that over-the-top guys, a high view like this in the Cape League, you know, next thing you know, you got a sidearm guy who's a little softer, might mix in a lot of breaking balls. It can throw a lot of hitters off, so we're not used to seeing that, especially from a right-on-right approach right here. It's coming across your body. Not the easiest thing you want as a hitter.
This one flared out to the right side. That's going to get down, a base hit for Lodis. In to score comes Silva. To second goes Kepley. It's an RBI knock, and Hyannis extends their lead to 8-1 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, good approach there by Lodis after he almost chopped one foul, just missed the last pitch right there, stays through it, gets through his legs, and pushes the ball to right center field, exactly what you want there from the Harbor Hawks. And right there gets another run across.
Runners in scoring position has been a big theme for that today. Hyannis has done that extremely well as John Gazdar stands in. Just a menace at the top of the order. Jacob Faulkner looking at second. Righty deals. And Gazdar pops the first pitch up, foul ground, first base side early going after it, and it's just out of his reach.
Oh, as a first baseman, I used to love those little flares over the first base head. You know, it made you feel like if you could just get it, just lay out. Those were like those ESPN top center plays.
Oh, yes.
Those were the most fun to chase down.
Yep.
I always remember those, but. Yeah, Gazdar, too. You know, speaking of Florida Gators, we both hail from UF. This guy right here gives me a little bit of Jonathan India vibe. With his hair, with his arm sleeve, the way he stands, hands high. He's giving me a little comparisons here.
What a comp that is. Very accurate. Here's the 0-1 to him. He fouls it off at the plate, goes off his leg.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, because you're not wrong. And he's got a blue helmet on, contrasting with the red jersey.
Jonathan India right now, 15-game on-base streak for the Cincinnati Reds right now. Talk about consistency, so not a bad comparison.
Didn't the Reds just beat up the Yankees the other day?
They did, so they're having fun with it, and that's a fun crew to watch right now.
How about that? 0-2 pitch coming. Gazdar, a chopper, up the middle. Hyannis has it, steps on second, and fumbles the ball, trips over the base runner. They do record the out there. But that's all they're going to get. The runner reaches first base on the fielder's choice. They do cross off Lodis at second. Hyannis fielded that ball on a couple of hops, stepped on second base in a fluid motion to try to throw to first, and he was tripped up there. I don't know if it was the runner Lodis or if he just fumbled himself around the bag.
I mean, that's the right call there by the umpire, but I do think that the runner right there sliding into second a little late had something to do with it to break up that double play. I mean, as a runner, that's what you want to do is break up the double play, and whether you want to say it's on purpose or not, he did his job. Nevertheless.
First and third for Michael Tatalo. The knee is a called strike. Gone to the days of crashing into second baseman or shortstops to try and break up a double play.
That's right.
The time is long past.
My goodness.
Faulkner ready, he deals. Ground ball to the right side, it's foul. It one hops right on top of the Gatemen first base dugout.
The way he swung there, it looked like he almost hit the ball off his hand, off his knob right there.
Yeah, that was a
knob right into the ground and bounces over here on the first base dugout, right over the dugout.
It was a weird spin on that.
What was that?
So it's an 0-2 count. Both runners take their leads. Faulkner, a chopper right back to him, a couple of hops. He deals it, picks it up, and throws him out at first base. Faulkner records the out 1-3, strands a couple of runners, another one comes in to score. An RBI knock for FSU's Alex Lodis as we go to the top of the 8th inning from McKeon Park. An 8-1 ball game in favor of the Hawks on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I'm Jesse Simmons.
And I'm Brendan Summerhill.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, so Brendan, junior, Arizona. From Chicago, though. Tell me a little about that. You said we talked about you grew up not far from Wrigley Field. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, a mile away from Wrigley. It was special. When the Cubs won in 2016, I really realized how cool it was to be a Cubs fan.
Right.
The entire north side of the city was partying for a week straight. I was in 7th grade. School got canceled the next day. We all got to go to the parade. It was super fun.
It's easy to say that. Did that grow your love for baseball early on, and being able to be a part of that and so close to an MLB team?
Absolutely.
You know, it's hard not to want to get into baseball, right?
It's just, there's something about baseball that there's nothing else like it.
Right. Was there an MLB player that you...
108 years, you don't win a World Series.
Right.
And then they win it, and everyone goes crazy. It was fun. It was super cool.
Was there an MLB player that you emulated your swing? You know, you play outfield. We talked about Ellie De La Cruz. You emulate that. Was there a different player growing up that you wanted to be like?
I always like to watch YouTube videos like Ken Griffey Jr. He's probably my favorite hitter to ever watch. I wouldn't necessarily say I emulated my swing off his, but
Back here at McKeon Park for the top of the 8th inning, it's an 8-1 score in favor of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. It has not been the Wareham Gatemen's night. Ethan and I have joined by our team analyst, Jesse Simmons. As the Gatemen come back up to the plate here, they'll send the heart of their order up. Bobby Bozer, Sam White, and Jace Reinhardt scheduled to hit against the new left-hander. For the Hawks, it's Dominic Carbone out of Coastal Carolina University. This is his third appearance for the Hawks. An inning and a third this year, 4 hits allowed, 3 earned runs to his tally. He takes over for Josh Hawk who pitched the 6th inning and the 7th inning for Hyannis. Gatemen haven't scored since the 2nd. It was Johan Desero who blasted his first home run of the season beyond the scoreboard in right center field, but Jesse Simmons, since then, it's been a quiet night with the bats for Wareham.
Yeah, I think that not just the pitching, but the little mental errors we've been seeing in the field maybe have been kind of carrying over as a hangover into the hitting. I mean, they're swinging the bats, we're getting loud outs, but, not just the way they wanted to do it after coming off a night where they hit 3 home runs on the 4th of July.
Bobby Bozer will be the first to hit. He has done well today. He's 2 for 3, going the opposite way both times with his hits. First a single, and then a double in the 3rd.
Yeah, Bozer's sitting at a crisp 294 on the season, just continues to swing the bat hard and swing the bat well and controlled aggression. And I'm loving the way, like we talked about a few nights ago, 2-strike approach. He probably has the best 2-strike approach on this team, I would say, to make him a tough out. And that's all you want to do as a hitter is be a tough out. And I think that's what he's done, coming off hitter of the week in the entire league itself and just doing a job that he can do to pass the baton.
1-0 pitch is just off the glove of the catcher, Jackson West. It's upstairs for ball 2. Sam White will follow, then Jace Reinhardt. See if Bozer can get anything going for the Gatemen here in this 8th inning. Getting late in the ball game. The pitch misses outside and high. 3-0 the count. Carbone stands 5'10", 175 pounds, out of Manhasset, New York.
Looks to be new, only a 1 1/3 innings pitched for this Hyannis squad.
3-0 coming. Bozer watching all the way. It's outside, ball 4. And the Gatemen have the leadoff man aboard here in the top of the 8th.
Hey, we'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take a leadoff walk. Anything to get on base, no outs, give a little life here. Why not now? It's never too late.
Carbone on the mound, just a couple of days shy of his 19th birthday. One of the younger players in the league as Sam White climbs in. He's 0 for 3 to his ledger to this point. White climbs into the left-handed box against the lefty on the mound. Bozer steps off of first base. They're holding him on. The pitch. This is down. It gets away from the catcher West. Should be a pass ball as Bozer makes his way to second. The most recent Catching Up with the Gatemen episode featured Sam White. And Jesse, you had a great opportunity there to have a nice extended conversation with Sam.
Absolutely. I tell you what, one of the most genuine conversations I've had has been with Sam. Even before we shot the video interview, it was fantastic. Just a genuine person, not just a baseball player.
He takes here. It's a called strike up in the zone, 1-1.
And, from Canada. He hails from Aurora, Ontario, Canada. Was actually his first love was hockey. Was a hockey goalie, grew up doing that. Was actually drafted he played for the junior national team in Canada as that ball's fouled off down the left field line. Played for the Canadian junior national team baseball-wise, but also got drafted into a lower-level hockey league as he was working his way up. So baseball wasn't his first love. He said COVID may have been the best thing that could have happened to him as well. Started to pick up baseball, got more into it, kept playing, and ended up at West Virginia University, a fantastic program, and he's loving it.
The 1-2. Checks his swing. It's just elevated. Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And yeah, Sam has been quite a joy to have around. Definitely a bright personality and a mix of so many personalities in that Gatemen clubhouse.
Absolutely. I asked him, I said, what do you do as a hitter? Because he came in, first game with the Gatemen, 2 for 3 with a homer against Orleans not long ago. I said, what do you do? He's a big journal guy.
2-2. Just off the plate outside, and now a full count to White. He's a journaler?
He's a big journal guy. He likes to see it visually. He writes things down. He said, I'll note and log every at-bat to see what I was feeling and what was feeling good, what was feeling bad. He said he'll go back and look at it and be able to remember because he can flush it easily when he feels like he can get it off onto the paper in front of him.
Payoff pitch, upstairs, ball 4. A nice plate appearance there from Sam White. He works the walk. Couple of walks for Carbone, and this will draw a visit from the Hyannis dugout. 2-1 and nobody out for Jace Reinhardt coming up next. Now, from your perspective, Jesse, you played this game at the college level. Did you do any sort of journaling as well, or was that something that only a few players like to partake in?
At my first school, Belmont Abbey, D2 school, it wasn't very big. I wasn't really a big journaler. It was actually at my junior college, Hillsborough Community College. We actually had hitters meetings. So we would go and watch tape, and we would replay. Our coach came from Texas, big Texas Tech guy. So we would watch Texas Tech regional games on YouTube, and he would break down each pitch. We would write down what pitch we thought was coming. So I had a logbook that I would start to write notes in. We had the zones broken down through quadrants, what pitches to expect. We would have a pitcher assignment the next day come in, and we'd have to say, like an MLB pitcher, Peter Fanbrakes, for example. We'd have to write down what we saw from him, how he tipped his pitches maybe, and what we liked. So I was able to start logging that, and that wasn't something that I actually did through high school. So I attempted it, kept on doing it. I actually love it now, so I can definitely see the success that Sam White is having from that. So I thought it was really interesting, but I actually didn't really start doing it until later on in my shorter baseball career.
How about that? Some great stuff there as Jason Reinhardt steps in. Meeting on the mound has come to an end. First and second, nobody out as a fastball dots the top of the zone from Carbone for strike one. Reinhardt up with a chance to do some damage. Gatemen down 8-1 here in the top of the 8th. Bozer and White reaching on walks. Second offering. Misses inside with the slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now take it with journaling. You know, for a guy like Sam White, say he gets into a slump or something like that, he can go back and reread what he wrote about his last slump and maybe use that information to get out of it, right?
Right, and also in retrospect to that, he can go back and look at what he was feeling when he was playing good.
This one fouled back, challenge pitch there, it's 1-2. That's right.
He can go back and see what was feeling good, what was I looking for, what was I feeling, what was I seeing, you know, and I think that's a great testament to, he said not only does he does that in the baseball field now, but he does that in life. And I think that's a great just way to live and things that I'm a very visual learner and writing things down. I'm old school, so I can't agree with that more.
1-2, Reinhardt, ground ball to the right side, picked at first base by Datalo, throw to second one, the return throw not in time. Datalo wasn't even covering the bag, and the pitcher, Carbone, wasn't there either. Datalo was right behind the first base bag when he received that throw, so Reinhardt reaches on the fielder's choice. Hyannis does get an out as White crossed off at second. To third base goes Bozer. And now an opportunity here for Colby Turner. Runners on the corners, 1 away. Gatemen down 7 in the 8th.
The only thing that Datalo did right there was save a run from scoring as a free ball going into the dugout there from Bozer now as he advances to third on that ground ball.
True. Turner, first pitch, a sky-high pop-up on the infield. Second base side, the first baseman Datalo calling, and it falls! It falls right in front of Eric Snow. Now they'll throw to second, and they get the out there. That was interesting.
What was that?
Datalo and Snow were both looking at each other, the first and second baseman, and it fell right in between them. More in front of Snow than Datalo, but then Snow able to pick up the ball and throw out the runner, Reinhardt, at second base.
You know what that reminds me of is that video you see of the 70s and 80s Cubs where the fly ball, their hands are up and the fly ball drops in front of them.
Yep.
They both kind of crashed there and they looked up. You know, it is a little hazy right now with this dark dusk rolling in here in Hyannis, but maybe they lost it, maybe they didn't. All around, just a strange play there is basically replaced it with 1 out.
Antonio Jimenez at the dish, fouls back the first pitch he sees. So it's still runners on the corners, 2 away. An 8-1 Hawks lead in the top of the 8th inning. Best chance for the Gatemen in quite some time. They haven't had 2 runners on since the first inning.
Down by 7 runs, you know, this team is still aggressive. That's back-to-back hitters with first pitch swinging right there with Jimenez.
0-1, fastball way up high, even this account.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, I think they're going to stick with their approach and their mentality of just keep swinging, just keep swinging, just keep swinging. And, you know, be consistent and try to drive the ball and don't be too complacent here at the plate, even down 7 runs.
1-1 to Jimenez. Challenged him with the high fastball. He swung right through it, 1-2.
Gosh, Jimenez, when he swings, it's like, if he hits it, it's going a long, long way. He's a big swing and miss guy. A big swing, he either hits big or misses big on his big swing. That's just the nature of the beast today in new era baseball. Is sometimes you might strike out, or you might hit a ball 500 feet, but you know he's a guy that he has a loud bat when he swings.
Jimenez homered at Bourne yesterday, his 3rd shot of the season. He is 0 for 2 tonight, and down 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch in the dirt. Nice stop there by the catcher Jackson West on that slider. Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes to the newest UCF night. So many Florida guys on this team. It's so wonderful.
Yeah, the other night we had a prior USF, prior Miami, and a Stetson guy lacing our infield.
How about that? Here's the 2-2. Up high. Easy take for Jimenez. It was a neck-high fastball that got away from Carbone.
even a lot of talent that, maybe just because I'm from Florida, maybe I'm biased, but there's a lot of undeniable baseball talent that comes from the southeast part of the country down in Florida. And you can see it up here in the Cape just as alive and well.
Runner goes off of first. The payoff pitch up high, ball 4. Hyannis works the 2-out walk. 3 walks in the inning for Carbone, and the bases are loaded with 2 gone. That'll bring up Nate Early. Unless it is a pinch hitter, and it is Eli Putnam. Putnam will likely take over at first base defensively. He pinch hits here in a crucial spot. Gatemen down 7 runs in the 8th. It's an 8-1 Harbor Hawks lead, but the bases loaded and 2 gone. Putnam, the biggest power bat that Ryan Smythe has at his disposal on the bench.
I kind of like this call here from Smythe, as Putnam has the ability to turn a ball, and we've seen it from him this year to have some clutch home runs when needed.
First pitch to him. Fastball right in there at the belt high. Strike 1.
Yeah, I had the chance to watch him take BP at home just a couple of days ago, and he's one of those guys that can hang with the rest of them. He has an MLB bat. I saw him catch a few when he was feeling his rhythm, and goodness.
0-1, takes a hack, fouls it back. 0-2. It's a high fastball, just got under it. So with this pinch hit appearance, Putnam and Antonio Jimenez are the only 2 Gatemen players that have played in all 17 games this year.
There you go. Someone you can plug in anywhere, be a staple, and a consistent guy.
Carbone, the lefty, deals the 0-2. Bouncing ball to the right side. A couple of hops for Eric Snow. Easy throw to first. Got the out there. Gatemen strand the bases loaded in the top of the 8th inning. Putnam comes up empty in his pinch hitting appearance. We'll go to the bottom half of the 8th inning from McKeon Park in Hyannis. 8-1 our score in favor of the Hawks on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Welcome into our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off in 2024. And our first guest, as we get to know you, is Tony Pluta, a right-handed pitcher out of Arizona. You ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Tony. Well, you're from Chicago, so what brought you out west to Arizona?
So my recruiting coordinator at Arizona knew my high school coach really well and knows that whole area very well, so it's just kind of how I got connected with them.
Gotcha. So they reached out to you in high school. You told me you topped out at 95 in high school, so pretty easy to get noticed?
Yeah, that definitely helps, but, going to all the tournaments and all that kind of thing helps.
Okay, well, on top of that, you've developed some accolades in your short career in college baseball so far. You were in the Northwoods last year, and then college ball treated you well in 2024. Your spring was pretty fun. How about that Pac-12 championship? What was that like?
It was amazing, especially being the last Pac-12 championship. It was an awesome feeling to win the last Pac-12 game ever.
Yeah, and then Brendan Summerhill, your Gateman teammate, hit the walk-off. So is it cool to share that moment with your Summer teammate as well?
Oh yeah, it's great. Every moment with Summer is something special, so it's great to have a teammate like that.
Speaking of Summer, you've been to a lot of different baseball destinations. This is kind of your first one for an extended period of time out east. Where does Wareham rank all time?
It's pretty great. I mean, the Northwoods was definitely its own thing, but I love Wareham. It's a great spot to be.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. We made it to home plate, so my final question for you, what's the goal this summer?
Just pitch well, throw strikes, and get guys out.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Kyle.
That's our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off. We'll catch you guys next week.
Gatemen back on the defensive side of things here in the bottom of the 8th inning. One last hope to keep the Harbor Hawks at bay in an 8-1 advantage for Hyannis. Bottom of the 8th inning, Jacob Faulkner back on the hill for the Gatemen as he'll face the middle of this order. Here's Mason White to get things going. He'll be followed by Eric Snow and Jackson West for the Hawks. Faulkner in his 3rd inning of relief. He took over in the middle of the 6th, and he deals a fastball that's fouled straight back, 0-1.
A lot of Arizona guys out here as well. Tony Pluta, Brendan Summerhill. Now we see here with Mason White. We've seen even Bourne as well. We saw a couple players last night from all hailing from Arizona and what was once the Pac-12.
Absolutely. The 0-1 misses inside, so 1-1 to Mason White. Ethan Eibe here alongside our team analyst Jesse Simmons. Kyle Marchak will return in the top of the 9th inning. Maybe. We'll see.
If allowed.
1-1. Checks his swing. Didn't matter. It's a called strike 2.
On that Arizona note, last night in Bourne, I can't remember what the player's name was for Bourne.
Adonis Guzman?
Yes. I saw Tony Pluta throw on the mound. He hits it, and Brendan Summerhill catches it.
That was...
3 Arizona players touched the ball in one play.
1-2. Rolled foul up the first base side. It goes off the net. in front of the Gatemen dugout.
That was pretty cool.
I actually mentioned that on the broadcast when that exact matchup was happening, how if you drew a straight line from home plate through the rubber through to center field, it's all Arizona,
it would
guys.
Be Wildcats.
We're going wild for the Wildcats, folks. 1-2 from Faulkner. White, a ground ball up the first base line. Will do it again. That's foul.
Tell you what, Mason White, I don't know how tall he rings in, but he is swinging like he is 6'6". I like his swing. Sometimes you can just tell when a hitter's trying to yank one out here with a deep right field 358 down the right field line. Taking his healthy hacks tonight.
The Aspen, he's fouled off a couple of deep ones as the 1-2 just up above the zone on the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He actually hit a 430-foot home run beyond right field yesterday against YD. His first homer of the season.
Wonder why.
2-2. It's a hold of this one out to deep left center field. Reinhardt and White chasing after it. It is Sam White, the left fielder, who cuts across in left center to make the catch. Deep fly ball out. One gone in the bottom of the 8th.
Eric, no.
Talk about other loud bat tonight. Just missed a home run off the top of the fence. Did Eric Snow, the new Auburn Tiger transferring from USF. He just got one to come back. Gatemen got, that's one thing they've gotten lucky on tonight.
Yep, the first pitch to him at the knee is a called strike.
It was a just missed 3-run homer off the top of the fence.
Yep, deep right center, went off the padding, blue padding that lines the outfield fence from foul pole to foul pole here at McKeon Park. 0-1, way outside to Eric Snow, the right-handed batter. He is an Auburn Tiger these days, but he still has that South Florida Bulls dark green helmet on.
That he does. I saw another player with his TCU leg guard and a Duke helmet. Thought that was interesting as well.
1-1. This is outside. I think it's kind of cool when you see the different schools' gear clashing with their Cape League jerseys. Like you even look at Jacob Jarrell behind the dish, and he's got the purple and the orange of the Clemson
it just
Tigers.
Pops. It's different. That's one of the accents that makes summer ball in this league great, is to be able to see where everybody comes from, and gives them freedom.
2-1, swing and a miss. He tried to put that ball to the moon.
Snow, big swing and a miss right there. But, like I said, these Harbor Hawks are taking their healthy hacks, and you can see it. 9 hits in the night could very well have been more. But, everybody's taking some hacks tonight.
2-2 from Faulkner. Outside with that one. Payoff pitch will be next. 1 gone. Bases empty in the bottom of the 8th. 8-1 our score. Harper Hawks lead the Gatemen. They'll be looking to put him away in the top of the 9th. Payoff pitch to Snow. Tapper to the right side. A couple of bounces for Desero, who gobbles it in, throws to first in time. Out number 2. And a defensive change at first base for the Wareham Gatemen. Nate Early replaced by Eli Putnam, who pinch hit for him in the last at the top of the 8th.
Jackson West steps to the plate here, left-handed hitter out of Florida State University. Digs back in for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks here.
West, the catcher, takes the first pitch from Faulkner at the knees, a called strike 1. 0-for-3 with a walk. West batting from the left side. It's got that garnet and gold helmet on as the Florida State Seminoles. Faulkner deals, and a ground ball hugs the ground towards second. Desero there, throw to first a bit low, but Putnam picks it out of the dirt for out number 3. A 1-2-3 frame in the 8th for Jacob Faulkner and the Gatemen. It'll be their last hacks going to the top of the 9th. Down 7 runs. Jesse Simmons, as always, a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure, Mr. Eibe, and I'll catch you in the postgame.
Yes, you will. 8-1 Hawks going top of 9 from McKeon Park here on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I couldn't get out, so they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence. They had to pull the fence.
And an incredible guest for us today on the pod, in the words of the great Jason Stark, writer, broadcaster, and distinguished former major leaguer, Doug Glanville. Doug, it is terrific to have you on today.
So, any favorite ballparks that you visited while you were in the Cape?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you got to love Spillane Field with like the all dirt infield or whatever you had going there, the darkened dirt. Let me see. Well, Bourne, I didn't like Bourne because one time I slid for a ball. I was doing that cool move where the ball's up against the fence and you slide around it and then pop up and throw. And then I slid and went through the fence. So my leg got caught in the fence and I couldn't do anything. I had to roll the ball to the right fielder. and I couldn't get out. So they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence and to pull the fence. So,
oh my God.
So that wasn't a good memory. So Bourne, the fog always rolled in there.
It's the top of the 9th inning from McKeon Park in Hyannis, Massachusetts, and the last hope for the Wareham Gatemen. They're down a bunch to the Harbor Hawks here. It's an 8-1 score entering top of 9. Ethan Eibe with you on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Rejoined now by the usual partner, Kyle Marchak, who just spent the last couple of innings searching for a doggo of the day, and somehow, some way, he came up empty.
Just a hapless effort throughout McKeon Park. Now, I picked up great vibes. They've got cornhole, kids playing in a field out to the right side, chasing foul balls, great seating, great views. No dogs.
That's unfortunate. Yohan Desero to get things going for the Gatemen here. Down to their final 3 outs. Jacob Jarrell, Brendan Summerhill also scheduled to bat. It is Michael Lippy, however, in the on-deck circle, so Jacob Jarrell is slated to be replaced as Desero climbs in. The only run for the Gatemen tonight came off his bat as he swings and misses at the first pitch here from Dominic Carbone. A 458-foot blast to right field over the scoreboard, the longest home run hit by a Gateman this year. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back challenge pitches. Low in the zone. Desero comes up empty. Aside from that, he's flown out to left field and to right field.
I'll make Desero my doggo of the day. He's been a dog in the box.
That's a great move. 0-2. Swing and a miss. No bite there. Or no bark, I should say. As Desero goes down for out number 1. That brings up the pinch hitter, Michael Lippy, out of Louisville. He replaces Jarrell.
Number 16, Michael Lippy.
Gateman still in first place in the West, though. Hyannis, if they can hang on here, will get a game back. 9-6-1. First pitch to Lippy, ground ball up the middle. Second baseman Snow ranging over. He can't get it. It's a base hit to center. Tried to backhand that ball and just came up empty. Lippy, first pitch, all he needs to secure a 1-out hit.
There you go. And, saving face offensively. You're trying to help the team out, get something rolling.
Brendan Summerhill.
So here's Brendan Summerhill. He climbs into the left-handed box for the 5th time tonight. He is 1 for 4. He now hits safely in 7 out of his last 9 games. Gateman down by a hefty sum, 8-1, with 2 outs to spare. Carbone looks at first, the lefty deals, and a slider outside, ball 1. The 3-game unbeaten streak likely coming to an end here, but it ain't over till it's over. Carbone working his second frame, delivers. Summerhill, a ground ball opposite way, past the shortstop, Anthony Silva, into left field. He went into a slide, came up empty on the backhand. A couple of seeing eye singles for the Wareham Gatemen. 2 on, 1 away for Bobby Bozer.
Love that. Summerhill, so good the other way. And not even a super hard hit ball, just well placed and rolled it through the hole.
So here's Bobby Bozer. Now, aside from Summerhill, the only Gateman with multiple hits today. Singled in the first, doubled in the 3rd. He walked in the 8th. Both runners take their leads. Gateman down 8-1 here, 2 outs to spare. Slider misses up, ball 1 to Bozer. Hyannis scoring the bulk of their runs early. 2 in the first, 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. They added 1 in the 7th. 1-0 coming. Bozer rakes this one to right center field, destined for the gap. It falls. Here comes Lippy around 3rd. This will bring home a run. Bobby Bozer doubles home a run, and it's an 8-2 ball game. Summerhill goes to 3rd. Bobby's second double of the night, his 3rd hit. and some signs of life in the 9th inning for Wareham.
They will take it. Again, just stack those hits together. They're clearly seeing this kid well. Why not?
Now second and third, one away for Sam White. 3 straight hits off of Dominic Carbone. White tonight, 0 for 3 with a walk. No doubles defense for the Hawks as there's a swing and a miss, strike one on White. Just about 9 o'clock here in Hyannis. 0-1 on the way. Slider misses inside. White watches it. 6th double of the season for Bobby Bozer, extending his team lead in that department. He gets off of second. Summerhill a few steps off of third base. 1-1. White cracks one high and deep left center field. Going back on this one to the wall. It is off the wall. Extra bases for White. Summerhill scores. Bozer gets the wave around third. Relay throw to the plate is not in time. Sam White delivers a 2-run double. And the Gatemen string together 3 here in the 9th inning. It's 8-4 Hyannis.
All right, I'm on the edge of my seat now. This one's building up. They're clearly seeing this kid well. We'll see if he changes something. The pitching coach is coming out to chat with him. He has a good slider. They haven't hit that yet, but he keeps throwing the fastball.
That's going to be it for Dominic Carbone. Mitch Carricker out of the dugout. He's already pointed to the bullpen, and he'll make the change. A right-hander coming on to replace the lefty Coastal Carolina freshman. 4 straight hits here with 1 out in the 9th inning for the Gatemen. Michael Lippy, Brendan Summerhill, Bobby Bozer, and now Sam White. And all of a sudden, we've got ourselves a ball game here at McKeon Park in Hyannis. 8-4 Hawks lead the Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Jesse Simmons.
I'm Sam White.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right. Mr. Sam White.
Yes, sir.
West Virginia Mountaineers catcher infielder. It's good to have you today. Thank you for jumping on with me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And so you had the chance to play for the Canadian Junior National Team.
I did.
Tell me a little bit about that, and you know, being able to represent your country and where your hometown, not only in your country but now in the U.S. at a Power 5 school and here in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest honor I've ever had. I mean, representing Canada. I played Team USA, played Team Japan, Chinese Taipei, all that stuff. And I mean, like, that's the biggest honor you can have. I mean, every rep that I put in, you know, that was basically for my country.
Hockey.
Yes.
Was that your first love before baseball? You got drafted at one point, had a chance to maybe take a pro hockey career and go that way, but now you're at baseball. What was that like? And give me a little something about that hockey.
Yeah, I mean, hockey, like, that's where I met kind of my lifelong friends. I mean,
yeah,
like, obviously growing up in Canada, hockey is the sport that everyone plays. It was my first love. I mean, I started playing when I was 5 or 6 years old, like a couple years before I started playing baseball. And yeah, up until I was probably 13 or 14 years old, I was gonna go to the NHL, and that's what that's what I would tell myself.
We return to play here in the top of the 9th inning. The Wareham Gatemen are in the midst of a little rally here at the last second. It's 8-4 Hyannis. They've scored 3 times in this 9th inning off of Dominic Carbone, but now Mitch Carricker going to the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks. It is right-hander Cade Brown out of Sacramento State. He'll make his 2nd appearance for the Harbor Hawks this year, and coincidentally, it's his 2nd against the Gatemen. He tossed an inning and 2/3 against the Gatemen at Spillane Field back on June 23rd. A couple of runs allowed in that outing. He'll deal with Jace Reinhardt. Runner at 2nd is Sam White. He just doubled home 2 runs. Michael Lippy led off this frame with a pinch hit single. Or actually, Desro struck out to begin the frame, then the Lippy single. Base hit for Summerhill, double for Bozer, scored Lippy, and then Sam White came through. So now it's Jace Reinhardt with a chance to keep the good vibes going. This is a ball game all of a sudden. It opened up 8-1 in this frame. Wareham not going down quietly. Brown deals, and Reinhardt watches it inside, ball 1. This team showing some fight, Kyle.
Yeah, let's hope this doesn't turn into a comeback cut short. Let's keep this rolling. They just strung together some hits on Carbone. They're going to wait to see what this fastball looks like.
Only seen the off-speed so far. Brown, a tall right-hander, 6'6", tall drink of water on the mound, deals at another breaking ball. This one outside to the right-handed batter, Reinhardt, 2-0. 8 runs on 9 hits for the Hawks, 4 runs on 8 hits for the Gatemen, doubling their hit total in this 9th inning. At just 4 hits entering the inning. 2-0. Reinhardt destroys this one deep down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will, and that ball is gone. Chase Reinhardt, a 3-run shot down the left field line, and all of a sudden it's a 1-run game at McKeon Park.
Man, he got all of that, drives in 2 on that shot, and this one is really close all of a sudden.
The 2-run shot for Jace Reinhardt. It is a 2-run game, as a matter of fact. 8-6 our score, but my goodness, these Gatemen have exploded here in the 9th inning.
I haven't seen a comeback like this before. Now, it's not complete yet, but stringing together that many hits to start an inning, even against a new guy now, says a lot.
First pitch to Colby Turner is laced foul down the left side. I think they're seeing this guy pretty well also.
Yeah, good hitters make good hitters. Everyone's seeing pitches right now.
First homer for Jace Reinhardt. Just tucked that ball down the left field line, just inside the pole. A towering shot. Second pitch, a called strike 2 on Turner, who to this point 0 for 4. Five runs in this 9th inning, and an 8-6 Harbor Hawks lead. 1 away in the 9th. The pitch, swing and a miss. Turner down on strikes for out number 2. Last hope for the Gatemen now is Antonio Jimenez.
Antonio Jimenez.
Jimenez yet to reach base on a hit, but he has walked twice. 0 for 2 otherwise. Bases empty and 2 gone in the top of the 9th. Gatemen down a pair. First pitch. Down and outside, ball 1. Carricker called upon Cade Brown here in this 9th inning to take over for Carbone, allowed the 2-run homer to Reinhardt. Now trying to put away the Gatemen for good here. He's upstart Gatemen in the 9th inning. 1-0. At the knees, he gets the call. 1-1 on Jimenez. One. Swing and a miss. And the Gatemen down to their final strike. Cade Brown with a nice off-speed there. Had Jimenez swinging over the top.
Well, he's just got to sit fastball and adjust.
Jimenez digs back into the right-handed box. Brown has the sign. Right-hander comes home, the 1-2. In the dirt. Skips out in front of Jackson West. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jimenez stepped out of the box. Now he gets back in. Brown ready to roll. Righty versus righty, the 2-2. Gets a piece of it, fouls it back.
Man, he chased that one high.
Jimenez does love the high pitch. Got enough of it there to stay alive.
I bet he goes low with the off-speed here.
Jimenez locks in. Brown ready to go. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Jimenez down on strikes, and that's your ball game. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks hold on despite a 5-run rally in the 9th inning from the Gatemen to win it 8-6 tonight at McKeon Park. Cade Brown strikes out the final 2 batters to seal the deal. After the Gatemen were slow to start this one, a promising rally comes up just short, Kyle.
Well, you got to walk away with the positives, right? 5 runs in that last inning, pouring in a couple of extra base hits, continuing a good trend for the offense. It's good to see that the bats have some life, right? It's going to be about the pitching going forward. Are they going to step up and hold these good offenses to low scores?
Absolutely. We'll step aside here just a moment on the Gatemen Baseball Network. We'll wrap things up when we get back here at McKeon Park. Gatemen Baseball Network on Cape League TV. The final score, Hyannis 8 and Wareham 6. PC is a Massachusetts-based leading-edge real estate closing, title, settlement, and personal injury and litigation law firm. Our clients trust us to provide the most comprehensive real estate closing and litigation services in Massachusetts. Our full network of closing and settlement attorneys, agencies, and litigators have expanded throughout New England and beyond. We deliver on that trust and reliance by offering the best professional prompt assistance, advanced technology, and state-of-the-art closing services in the real estate law and litigation business today. Our commitment to excellence, honest reputation, and tradition of aggressive representation to provide quality legal services is what we will continue to demonstrate at Sync Law. We believe and will prove that successfully addressing client needs requires more than just knowledge of the law. It requires a mastery of good representation and an attitude to finalize every transaction to my client's satisfaction. Live life to the fullest and let us Sync Law. Wrapping things up from McKeon Park in Hyannis, the Wareham Gatemen fall just short of a nice comeback here at McKeon Park. 8-6 our final score despite a 5-run 9th inning. The Gatemen fall to 11, 5-1, and the Hawks reach double digits for the first time in the win column this year, 10-6-1 now. As we wrap things up, Ethan Eibe alongside Kyle Marchak on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. This game started off promising for the Harbor Hawks from the beginning. They jumped on Braden Sloan, and they really got to the Gatemen bullpen arms early.
2 runs in the first, none in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth. That's all multiplicities to the first 4 innings, excluding the second. Straight up, they jumped on Darden. They jumped on the next couple of arms out of the bullpen. Really uncharacteristic day from the arms.
Absolutely. Now, the Gatemen's lone run ahead of that 9th inning was Johan Desero's solo shot that came in the 2nd inning. And believe it or not, it's the the longest home run we've seen out of any Gatemen batter this year. 458 feet to deep right center field. Great to see a new guy coming up big, despite the fact that it was a loss today.
Yeah, he had 11 big flies with Stetson this year. We were waiting to see that long ball, and, well, he hit one, and it was a moon shot, clearing the trees over the scoreboard in right center field. Desero got all of that.
Braden Sloan started this ball game today. He went the first 2 innings, allowed a couple of earned runs. Ethan Darden took over in the 3rd, allowed 3 earned runs of his own. Jackson Lucas tossed a couple of innings, was pulled in the 6th, and then Jacob Faulkner held down the fort, entering the final part of the ball game. Now let's talk about that rally that the Gatemen put together in the 9th inning. Incredible. After they went down with the first out, they rattled off 5 hits in a row. All of those batters scored. A single from Michael Lippy to lead things off. Another base hit from Brendan Summerhill. Bobby Bozer doubled home Michael Lippy. Sam White added on a 2-run double of his own before Jace Reinhardt knocked a 2-run shot out to left field. For a second there, we saw signs of life.
For a second there, I was like, holy smokes, the Gatemen are going to come back and win this game, being down 7 in the 9th. So again, coming up short, yeah, that stinks, but you have to be proud of that effort. They strung together hits. They walk away feeling better as an offense.
Just goes to show you how much fight this Gatemen team has inside. So for that, we'll wrap things up one final time from McKeon Park. Again, the final score here on this Friday night, the July 5th. Gatemen 6 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, 8 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They improved to 2-1 against the Gatemen this year, and they also improved to 10-6-1 on the season. The Gatemen fall to 11-5-1 as well. The win goes to Josh Schock, the loss to Braden Sloan. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 7 minutes, and the attendance here at McKeon Park tonight, 2,700 64. The Wareham Gatemen return home tomorrow, a 6 o'clock first pitch against the Brewster Whitecaps from Spillane Field. We will have all the action for you then as well. Make sure you stick around for the Gatemen Baseball Network post-game show. That will be available on our YouTube channel by the end of the night, featuring interviews from Madison Walker. But for now, we thank you so much for tuning into this broadcast. For our entire production crew of Joseph Henry and Allison DeWitt, our sideline reporter Madison Walker, and my broadcast partner Kyle Marchak. My name is Ethan Eibe, saying so long from McKeon Park. The final score once again, Hyannis 8, Wareham 6. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Spillane, 6 o'clock first pitch against Brewster on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.